live over here on YouTube. Woo! There we go. That looks like it's doing what it's supposed to do. Nobody quote me on that. Ugh. Okay. Hold on 1 second. I need to grab water because I have a feeling this is going to be a thirsty stream. Okay, water acquired. I'm together. I'm totally together. We are fabulous. Wrong. Do you mean improved? No, I don't. I don't support him being in. I do not support him being augmented with a behavioral chip, King. I do not. I believe in body autonomy. But yes, no, Miz, you're absolutely right. This gonna be a fun stream, y'all. This is gonna be a minute. I'm actually super excited for this stream. I really am. Let's see. There we go. Okay. I am a professional. Oh, God. I'm just really hoping everything just works and doesn't do anything weird. Technology seems to be being mean to me today, but it's fine. It's cool. I have it together. Also, y'all, I don't know if you've played the new promise cards for Sylus and Zayne. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I don't know how I made it through Sylus's promise card. Holy shit, y'all. But just, holy fuck. Sorry, when Sylus said good girl, I was like, cool, I'm out. And not like exit the chat, but it was just, I need to sit down really hard. And fix my panties, because damn. Hey, Kara. Hey, everybody. But there is kind of plot in those. It's fine. It's great. There's plot somewhere. Like, Sylus's card was absolutely like, yes, we are leaning into this. We are leaning so hard. And then Zayne's is like, look, it's a wholesome date and there's some archery and I'm gonna protect my girl and do my. I'm like, oh. It was just. I was like, oh wow, this is definitely a Mama versus Nikki. I promise. Just. Oh God. I saved lines on Sylus's so fast it wasn't even funny. I was just like, save. When he says beg for it, and I was like, ooh, hi. Oh, woo. I just, Oh, we were fed so well. Sylus's VA. Chef's kiss. Yes. Yes, children. Yes. Okay. I think I've got everything together. I think we're good. Hi, all. Let's actually... Let me actually be on point here. Hello, and welcome, everybody. Mama Void is in the building. I hope you're excited for today's stream. We are doing Caleb, y'all. We are in his arc. Homecoming Wings is here. And I am super excited to play through this with all of you. Out of sheer curiosity, I'm pretty sure the majority of y'all have done the Homecoming Wings arc, but I do want to know if there's anybody here who is new, like hasn't made it this far in the main story yet. If so, could you put a little, let me know in the chat if you have. I'm certain all of you have. Like, has everybody done the Homecoming Wings arc themselves? Okay, we're getting to the point where you stop, but not yet. Okay, so you're still, Shadow Honey, you're still good. Kadich, you have. Frost, you have. Crystallized, Ms., everybody. Kara, you've played through Homecoming Wings, right? You've seen it? Okay. And Melissa, hey Melissa, welcome to the Twitch stream. Okay, for those of you who are lurking on this channel, I just want to say that, number one, lurkers are always welcome on my streams. I do not require you to chat. I'm just glad you're here. So don't feel pressed that you got to be in the chat. I'm totally fine with you being in the chat. If anybody here is new in terms of maybe hasn't finished Homecoming Wings or whatnot, the good news is the way I like to run this stream, and my regulars will know this, is I don't like to talk through cutscenes. I'm gonna try my best not to talk through cutscenes, and there will be unvoiced parts as we go through. I'll be reading those aloud. The goal of this stream, as well as any of the streams that you may join me on, is that if you want to use me as a body double to do work or chores or whatever it is, absolutely, that's what I'm here for. I want to make sure that everybody can still, even if you're not looking directly at the screen, enjoy the story. So I will read unvoiced sections aloud. If I see something during a cutscene, I will try to hold until after, unless I think it's something visual, and then I will pause the screen. We will be doing some analysis. There will be some talking and chatting, especially when it comes to Caleb. Like, Caleb is one of my favorite characters in the game. I love a good nuanced character, and that is Caleb. I understand that he is a controversial figure within the lads community. There are people who love Caleb. There are people who hate Caleb. And I just want to be abundantly clear here that if Caleb is not your cup of tea, especially as a love interest, that is absolutely valid and your choice. Everybody has their preference, and that's cool. But if we can keep it respectful in the chat, number one, I don't want to see any hate or bullying of Caleb mains in the chat. There's been stuff that I've seen a little bit lately, and I just want to make sure that it is understood. This is a safe space for all love interests on my channel. So if you have any theory points or character analysis discussions, I absolutely am open to that. I love a good intellectual discussion, and there is a lot to unpack with Caleb, and I'm happy to engage in that. But if it comes into hate or bullying, myself or my mod, who is Nikki, might just either time you out or delete your comment, because that's not what this space is for, and that's not the energy I want to bring into either my YouTube space or my Twitch space. So I just wanted to kind of do a little mini disclaimer here about when we do these things, when we talk about love interests and whatnot. Intellectual discussion, good. Bullying, bad. But no, Caleb has so many layers, especially his story. Caleb's whole, if I were to define, say, like Rafayel as a character in the overall narrative of Love and Deepspace, I would say that Rafayel is a study in the divine versus mortality, and the responsibility between your personal love and passion and your duty. There's sacrifice there. There's that is his theme. With Caleb, we get into identity and memory. No matter which, if we're talking his android myth or his present day kernel status, Caleb is a character wrapped around identity and memory. And he is, I like to say he's a study in what, in a line of a question actually that I posed on our most recent podcast episode last week, which was, if we define ourselves and our identity by by our memories, if that is what makes us who we are, the memories that we possess, without those memories, who are we? Caleb is in a constant struggle with himself, with this chip that Ever has implanted in him that is trying to consume his memories, to force his personality to take control, essentially. And he is fighting for his life to maintain those memories, especially the memories that he considers core to himself, which is his memories of MC. Hi, Epic. Which the chip would try to delete. I mean, he is going so far as to have mastered his evol to the point where he is creating black holes within his own nervous system to protect his own identity. Because he fears, and rightfully so, that if and when those memories are taken from him, he is no longer Caleb. Who is Caleb? He constantly says to her, will you love me? Will you like me? No matter what version of Caleb stands in front of you. Because he's so afraid that if those memories are ever taken from him, the Caleb that he is right now will cease to be. And if that comes, in a way, did he die? Is this a new Caleb? Is it the same Caleb? So I want us, as we go into Homecoming Wings, and whenever we look at any Caleb memories or mythos on this channel, we always have to keep the concept of identity and memory thematically in front of us, because it is a very, very important lens in which we should understand how Caleb is moving through the story and how he is making decisions. In a way, he's also an analog for dementia or Alzheimer's, in that a person slowly having their identity eroded from themselves against their will. There's a lot of crossover within that. Absolutely, nobody. Caleb is going through it. Caleb is having a hell of a time. Like, his story is a very tragic story, and it is a very nuanced and layered story. And I think I've had to get to know this character on a lot of levels. One, as a lover of Love and Deepspace, number one, as a fan of this game, as a fan of story, but also as a writer. As several of you know, I have been working on a fan fiction for Love and Deepspace, which I just posted the final chapter this week on. 19 whole chapters, 175,000 words. I kind of don't know what to do with myself now that I finished it, because it's called Protective Custody. It has been like my life since October, and Caleb features very heavily in that story. And I've had to, what is that noise? Oh, Binksy. What do you do, baby kitty? Caleb has been very front and center in that story, in that my story is in this instance, the story, Protective Custody, is a fanfiction that centers Sylus and MC as the main romance. However, Caleb is front and center because I wanted to do a kind of deep dive into MC and her grief and survivor's guilt after Caleb died. So to understand that relationship between MC and Caleb, I had to kind of really dive into Caleb's character and who he is and who his relationship to MC was and how they view each other. So, oh gosh, Falbella, thank you so much for the follow. So as a writer, you tend to look at characters differently and look at motivation and what defines them. So Caleb is also shot up to number 2 on my harem. he is, I have such a soft spot for this boy. Now, I want to be clear. I am not blind to Caleb's little red flags. He has them. He's not meant to be a solid green flag. This is a morally gray character. This is a character who has wrapped himself up in his own martyrdom and sacrifice, which we're going to see as we play. So yes, yeah, so out the gate, that's a whole lot of talking, but I just wanted to, I just wanted to kind of set this up, and I wanted to kind of have my little moment here for Caleb, before we dive in, so that you understand how I'm seeing this, and then how we can discuss going forward. King, I understand that for you, red is green, and I'm proud of you for that. Own yourself. We know that Caleb is here. Davina, hello. Yes, I'm setting the scene. I'm setting the tone. I'm setting the theme, essentially. I know you can make him worse, baby. I know, King. You can make him worse. But yes, okay, so let's do this. I am super excited. I hope you all are as well. If anybody here has never joined my streams, hello and welcome. And I put questions in the chat. I'm big on interaction. I try to keep an eye on both YouTube and Twitch at the same time. And thank you so much, all of you, for joining today. Just out the gate, I just want to say thank you so much for being here. As a quick reminder to my Twitch folks, there are ad breaks. They will pop. They're about 90 seconds long, I think. I'm going to keep an eye on them. So is Nikki. And I will try to kind of make sure you don't, especially cutscenes and things, that you don't miss anything. There's actually an ad break that's going to start here in about the next 3 minutes and 30 seconds for y'all. But just know that those are coming in for any of you over on Twitch. Of course, if you are subscribed to me on Twitch, you don't have to worry about the ad breaks. But if you are a follower, their ads are going to be a thing. Anyway, okay, let's do this. And somebody make sure we have oxygen ready. Thank you for the reminder, Davina, to take a drink. Someone have oxygen ready, by the way, because we may lose King a couple of times. Someone get a squirt bottle as well. Though, Lord knows, somebody should get a squirt bottle for me, because I'm going to be probably almost just as bad as King in certain areas here. Oh, look, it's our favorite eye. I'm certain that's not thematically important in any way. Nothing to see here, just, you know, a nebula. King is barking because he knows that that Caleb is almost here. We might need to, Frost Honey, I might need you to dig another grave for Caleb. For King Caleb. Oh, Lord, King, we're just gonna try and keep you through this. Okay, here we go. Get my reader voice on. My vision goes dark. Everything blurs as the universe finds a strange stillness in the chaos, and then it fades to nothing. A strong resonance pulses through my body. It stirs fragmented memories that drift like fading apparitions. A pale planet appears. It's strange yet familiar. And then there's an overwhelming force as silent as a black hole. It's a massive artificial eye. It's been a while since I've dreamed about the explosion. Looking back, those roaring flames feel like a surreal, distant nightmare. The searing heat in my dreams is still vivid, but the pain in my heart is gone. Maybe it's because the Aether Core within me has achieved full power. Hi, Luigi. Hi, Norix. Welcome to the stream over on YouTube. Until MC ruined it for you for her bad attitude. I could see that, Luigi. MC's got a lot of feelings in this arc. To investigate and deal with anomalous incidents related to the Aether Cores, the Association secretly began Operation Aether Core Ordeal. Over the past few months, we swiftly and discreetly handled numerous anomalies and documented information about a new Aether Core. We termed it the Spatium Core. After completing several investigations, I learned how seemingly unrelated issues were connected in surprising ways. Sylus's brief absence gave the forces who coveted the Aether Core in the N109 zone an opening. Xavier's former teammates, who have gone separate ways, possess cutting-edge protocore technology, and their goals extend beyond just targeting Xavier. The strange black crystals are deeply connected to the old battle, causing Zayne's nightmares to worsen. And with the watchful eyes of some secret observers, Rafayel is forced to quietly search for the power sealed within the tome of the sea god. When traced back to their source, these unrelated threads are connected to one massive entity. Ever. The limited amount of evidence we have also suggests that Ever was the true mastermind behind the Bloomshore District explosion.
It's been a week since the explosion in the Cascade District. The Farscape fleet still has that region under lockdown.
So right out the gate, they center you on where the story left off in the last main arc, where all of our main love interests left off, and who our essential big baddie is in Love and Deepspace, which is Ever. Ever has their fingers in everything across the board, whether it's Caleb, Rafayel, Xavier, Zayne, all of them, Sylus. And the question becomes, what is Ever after? And why is Ever looking for what it's looking for? We also have Josephine's connections to Ever, which I want to address here for a second, because I feel like it's very revealing for Caleb. Now, things that we know because of anecdotes is that Caleb, like MC, was an experimental subject forever. And the lead scientist for MC was Josephine, who we come to know as Grandma. Now, MC has a wonderful little quirk of her life, which we call the living Etch-a-Sketch. Every time she dies, she comes back to life, but she has no memory of anything before she awoke again. So every time Josephine and Ever would kill her for funsies, she'd come back and have no memory of what they did to her. Caleb did not have that luxury. He remembered all of it. Now, we don't know yet how Caleb and MC met in Ever or at those experiments. I have my personal fan theories. I personally think that Caleb knew Josephine. I just get this feeling about it. And if that is true, if Caleb, which we know he remembers the experiments, but if he knew Josephine, if he remembered Josephine, this boy, as a child, went into the house of an abuser and lived under her roof, ate her food, looked at her face every day and smiled. Why? Because he had to protect MC. He made the sacrifice play as a child. No child should have to make that decision, and Caleb did. He put himself in a place where he has a living trigger to his trauma. Also, he could protect MC. And I want us to remember that MC's first memory that she can remember, one of the first memories she can remember, is Caleb. Hi, my name is Caleb, and I will always be by your side. And he says it so rote, so matter of fact, so scripted. It sounds like he says it 1,000 times, which very much leads me to believe that he and MC were near each other while the experiments were happening, that Caleb is very much aware that when she dies, she has no memory when she comes back. And he has had to say this line to her over and over again. And he has a very strong sense of protection to MC. And that protection came into play and was like, if I am to protect her, I am going to have to be in this place. I am going to have to be here and pretend and be okay with Grandma and everything. But I think that Caleb and Grandma's relationship was a lot more tense than MC thought. And I don't think that Caleb was as close to Grandma as MC thinks. I think he put up with her, if I'm being frank. I think he played the role that he needed to play in order to protect MC and to keep her happy. That's the framework I've got there. That's kind of how I view what was happening there and how I frame him as we move through this story. So just as a little bit of a background on how I'm interpreting what we know about Caleb's past before we move forward into this, because it's going to be I want to be clear about my own biases. So you understand why I analyze the way I analyze, and that way we can have a good discussion on your interpretations of Caleb's decisions and actions. So, But yeah, I don't that relationship between him and Grandma was fraught as hell. Also, we have the explosion coming into play. So that's its own little layer, because he does make certain decisions during that explosion that we're going to come to see. Okay, continuing on. Here we go.
No updates, no details revealed about the investigation. The public is demanding answers.
Is the new fleet colonel defying the Hunters Association by prohibiting hunters from investigating? Would you say tensions are rising?
Deal with those reporters.
Understood.
The entire garden has been blown to bits. Hey, rookie, go investigate.
Yes, Captain. By the way, I feel like I should have a warning for any latent epileptics on the stream. I just realized that the screen is flashing ridiculously hard. Hopefully that will stop in a second. So if anybody's having issues with flashing lights, please hold. The fleet uniform doesn't quite fit me. I subtly roll up my sleeves and push aside the rubble as I make my way into the garden. No, you're right, Nor. Josephine never even acknowledged Caleb in her notes, which leads me to a question of, I don't think she handled Caleb personally. I don't think she led his experiments, but I think she was one of the lead researchers in a supervisory capacity. But I do believe they saw or knew each other back then, is my personal little theory. And even if she wasn't working directly on Caleb, she was working directly on MC, and Caleb wasn't going to stand for that. Caleb was never going to forgive her for that. Not even remotely. Well, I mean, Melissa, that's an excellent point. It makes me wonder if he chose not to save her during the explosion. Yeah, he absolutely chose not to save her. I believe, and I think it'll be confirmed as we continue to play the chapter, Caleb had a split decision on who to protect, and he chose to protect MC. He made a judgment call. He could have wrapped the gravity around himself and saved himself. He chose to save MC. He was like, cool, today's the day I die so long as MC lives. And we will see that repeatedly with Caleb's storyline, is the martyrdom and sacrifice. But yeah, Caleb was not broken when Josephine died. He's like, oh damn, ding dong, the witch is dead. That's how I feel Caleb felt about the whole thing. The energy trail I can resonate with is faint, but it's similar to the one belonging to an aether core. The source must be over here.
It's gonna rain tomorrow evening, and all traces will be washed away. Make sure to be done before.
The garden is in ruins. I bend down to dodge the fleet soldiers and crime scene investigators wearing white gloves on the other side of a hedge. It's right behind these bushes. The burnt vines twist through the vegetation. The silent oppression swallows even the faintest of sounds. Behind the layer of leaves and petals, it's as if a small hand darts among the tangled branches. I quickly reach out, but my fingers touch another scorched wall. That brief, vaguely familiar energy fluctuation ripples through the air before vanishing. I knew it. Okay, the flashing on the screen has stopped. For anybody who has been looking away. Commission. Status. Denied. Hunters Association. Skyhaven branch. A metaflux explosion occurred at Villa Area 6, Cascade District, Skyhaven. 2 young siblings were home, one was injured and hospitalized, while the other is missing. The parents are unreachable. Also, as a side note, I want us to keep an eye on these 2 young siblings and their story. Just put a pin in it, but keep it in front of you.
The dispatch request for the explosion incident has already been denied, and I know the details of this case are almost identical to what happened to you.
Leaning against the control desk, Jenna slides a holographic screen in front of my eyes.
But rushing to Skyhaven at this critical juncture isn't a wise decision. If I suggested you don't get involved for now, would you consider it?
I'm sorry, Captain. Seeing the glaring denied on the screen, I try to calm myself. But even if it's unrelated to that incident, it might involve the Aether Core. There's no reason for the association to object.
It's not them who are interfering. It's the Far Space Fleet's doing.
The Far Space Fleet?
Skyhaven is a floating artificial island that consumes a large amount of energy. The fleet controls its power supply, which grants them a substantial amount of authority. Their new colonel, who's still in the deep space tunnel, is concerned about the confidential information related to the fleet, and so he prevents hunters from investigating.
Understood. I won't go as a hunter. I'll also avoid any conflict avoiding the fleet. Seeing my unwavering determination, Jenna shows a rare instance of exasperation. She sighs.
In other words, you'll encounter more than just Wanderers should you choose to enter Skyhaven. If you're sure about this, then I can approve your request for a long vacation.
Y'all, should we start taking shots every time Jenna approves a quote-unquote long vacation or extended leave for MC to go off and do things? Her personnel record must be amazing on terms of attendance. Like, worked for 3 days, was off on long vacation. Worked for 4 days, was off on long vacation. So I feel like every time we turn around, poor Jenna's like, extended leave, long vacation, extended leave. Those are totally justified. Nobody ask any questions. Frost, I would be drunk, mama, please no. Y'all, we cannot. If we took a shot every time Jenna had to do something like this, we would not make it through the stream. Right, King? MC works 1 day a month and Xavier questions none of it because he sleeps through it. Thank you, Captain. The day I arrived in Skyhaven coincided with new fleet cadets reporting for duty. They formed a neat line along the transfer platform. While hidden in the shadows and thinking about how to blend in, I received unexpected help from a recruit who decided to desert. In exchange for my silence, I took her place and successfully moved into the temporary living quarters for new cadets. When tasks were assigned, I relied on these cadets' burning ambition for flight duties, so that I was left with the unwanted ground support role. And it happened. As a result, I was brought to the explosion site in Cascade District. I never imagined I'd find myself in Skyhaven for a reason like this. Caleb. Side note, ask yourself, when Caleb was like, no hunters allowed, was he doing his role as a ever asset to protect whatever is doing in Skyhaven? Did he deny the hunters because he was like, nope, can't have MC anywhere near here. No, no, no. Do we think those two motivations were the same? The simp Latin has begun in the chat with King. Breathe, honey, breathe. But I wonder this. I think it might have been a twofold goal for Caleb when he denied access or tried to deny access to the hunters. I think he was, one, trying to prevent MC from coming to Skyhaven, and two, the Ever connection. Also, I'm wondering if perhaps there was his own machinations at play that he was trying to, like, maneuver. Trying to figure out Caleb's through line here is one of those moments where there's a lot of interpretation at play. But, King, I should have known you'd have the necklace. That makes total sense. Oh, gosh, my nose. And this necklace is so symbolic for them. Like, when you come back, the promise that is etched into that necklace. And we talk about the explosion. We talk about the theories that Caleb used his gravity evol to throw her clear of the explosion and make that choice to sacrifice. There is also the fact that the tags landed so beautifully in front of her. And I think I saw someone mention it into the chat, but I query, did Caleb throw the necklace to her? I think that's a little more nuanced than I think Caleb had the opportunity to think through in that moment. I don't think Caleb was like, get my necklace to her and wrap her in evil. He didn't. There's a level of human response time that is involved in that. I think the necklace just naturally was blown clear. I do think that the throwing of her away, of the pushing her out of danger with his evol was absolutely on purpose, but I'm not certain that he purposely put the necklace in front of her. Those are two actions that require a lot of technique. Now, granted, again, Caleb's control of his evol is absolute. I mean, he is incredible with his evol. The things that he can do, the things that he trained himself to do, even as a child, are incredible. But I don't know that he would have purposely done that in that moment. I think that's a level higher than he was capable of at the time, when he was also fighting for his own life, just as an FYI. A cold metal chain touches my neck. It's the necklace I once gave to Caleb. I miss you.
Find anything, rookie?
With a stern expression, the captain walks over. I come to my senses and shake my head. Captain, I haven't seen anything suspicious.
Keep your eyes peeled, and give it another once-over. If you miss anything, it won't be just you facing the consequences when the Colonel's starship returns.
Yes, Captain. That was, my ass is on the line, rookie, don't fuck up. That's what that was. I don't know what's with this new colonel. Since he's butting heads with the association, it's probably better to avoid him. I definitely sensed an Aether core earlier. If they blocked off the area because of it, I need to move fast. I have a question, Captain. Usually explosions like these involve casualties or people who are severely injured. How can there be individuals who have gone missing? How did the fleet confirm this? I also heard we weren't sent here to test for traces of...
Don't poke your nose in places where it doesn't belong. Mind your own business.
MC, honey, this isn't the association. This is the military. We don't ask questions that bluntly of our superiors. Just as an FYI for being undercover. Please try not to blow your cover. Though I'm proud of you for asking follow-up questions, Mama's really proud of you, MC. I know that's character growth for you, and you have a hard time asking follow-up questions. So I'm proud. I'm proud. Carrot and stick. I'm really proud. 1, ask the follow-up questions. 2, don't do it so blatantly in a military organization, girl. Holy crap. As expected, everyone in the fleet is keeping quiet about the circumstances surrounding the explosion.
Captain, a suspect just appeared. He showed up in HQ.
What did you just say?
The Colonel's starship will be on the HQ's runway in 10 minutes. Command issued an emergency order. We need to head back and deal with the intruder before the Colonel returns.
They're already here. If things get too chaotic, I might be able to use it to my advantage. Here we go!
Colonel, everything is ready. We'll be landing in Skyhaven without a problem.
Do we have any leads yet on the traitor who almost sank us in deep space 3 days ago?
I'm afraid not. Maybe our navigation was off. It could have also been unexpected turbulence.
This trip was a test for the new fleet, Colonel. The old guard are looking forward to me not coming back. Unfortunately for them, I already danced with death once. I won't die again. It doesn't matter if you succeed or fail. You've chosen treason, so the consequences are still the same. You don't need to return to Skyhaven.
Y'all, that introduction for... Oh! The competency, the competency! Nikki, hold me. I should not be having this reaction. Oh God, that was hot. Woo! I love a man in control. But that is such an amazing intro, a reintroduction to Caleb's character in terms of where he was when we last saw him in that role of the older brother. To come back to this and how freaking cold he is. One second. One second. There we go. Okay. Sorry. I got a little notification that my connection was dropping. I want to make sure we didn't lose that. Yes, Nikki, that does count as competent. That's a competency kink for me. He was very competent in that moment. And it was hot. But that control, that straight up execution, like no problem, boop. Yeah, no, Caleb was so hot that my streaming platform just kind of fritzed for a second. You should have seen the bit rates drop. It was hysterical. I was like, no, don't die. Look, I'm having a moment, but Jesus, keep it together, technology. But yes, the fleet and Ever are not the same entity, but it's, from my understanding, Ever definitely has placed assets within the fleet to allow for control. Kind of a thing is how I see the interaction between Ever and the fleet specifically. Yes, he's got all the monitors. You doing all right, King? I don't know if it's a process. I don't, Mason, that is an excellent question. I just like a man who knows what he wants and what he's doing and makes decisions. That's how I'm gonna describe that. Also, Caleb hits a certain register in his voice when he's in that mode that's just, hits all my ASMR. Oh, Nikki. And poor Nikki is just trying to keep me at bay. Here we go. Chapter 2. Aw, King, we all know you want to be a good boy for Caleb. We know. The fleet's command center is located in the highest guard station in Skyhaven. The island itself is surrounded by bright sunlight and cold air. A tall, thin man stands at the edge of the runway, his right hand raised high like a tree touching the sky. It trembles in the wind. The sniper had already taken position before we arrived. The suspect is clutching a detonator in his right hand, so they haven't taken the shot. Captain, he's wearing a fleet uniform. Is he one of us?
Storing weapons in his private arsenal and placing explosives in residential areas. Those are boys to provoke outsiders so they'll be dissatisfied with the fleet and the new colonel. All units, the chance to prove yourselves is here. Pull yourself together, maggots!
I wonder who this suspect really is, and if he holds important information about this mysterious group.
They made me. The fleet forced me.
The fleet made him?
Look at the poor bastard. Driven mad by spending too much time in the deep space tunnel. Block all entrances and exits. Make sure no one sets foot on the runway.
Following the captain's orders, the entire runway is quickly surrounded in an impenetrable net. Suddenly, a loud buzzing fills the air. Here we go! Time for a model strut, y'all. Look at it. Rock those Top Gun glasses. Under the spectacle of lights, the new fleet colonel, who's been widely discussed, steps out of the sleek black starship. In an orderly fashion, he approaches the man at the edge of the runway. His words are muffled by the wind.
Joseph, you were chosen to be the pilot of a year-long deep space tunnel observation mission. Your outstanding performance 3 years ago was proof of your capabilities.
His voice sounds familiar. The crowd blocks my view. I can only catch a glimpse of the figure through the gaps. His silver armband reflects a dazzling light.
You would have enjoyed the privileges befitting a skilled officer after your return. But 2 months ago, your wife and child died in the fleet's brig.
Why a woman and child were in the brig? Just a quick question here. Oh!
Believing you revealed the fleet's secrets during your mission, you put your family under house arrest. They had died as a result. You're the person behind the Cascade District's explosion, yes? And you were trying to make a statement to the fleet by attacking its members.
Oh, Kara, excellent catch. Y'all, look at the back of Caleb's jacket. Look at the wings on the back of his jacket. Don't those look familiar? They almost look like the wings you see in a certain battle companion. Nicely done, Kara. I don't know why I never registered that. Oh, that's glorious. Good job.
You know why?
His voice sounds a little problematic. I'm just saying. Joseph sounds as if his vocal cords have been torn. His voice is unpleasant to hear.
And yet the information I collected tells a different story. After your mission ended 2 years ago, you were suffering from the effects of long-term exposure to cosmic radiation. Your memories were severely affected. Hence, you received a prescription for the psychotropic drug Cybazin at the medical center. But you went ahead and increased the dosage on your own. You probably weren't aware that a Cybazin addiction can lead to cognitive dissonance and confusion. That's why, after your overdose, you accidentally killed your wife and child. When you recovered, you created a lie to escape from the pain of what you've done.
No, that's not possible. You made me do it. You planted a mind control device in me. It's that chip.
You click the link again. Oh, honey. Oh, honey. Oh, Lord. Joseph's hoarse voice is interrupted. Reality instantly distorts behind him as a black hole appears, its edges blurred.
Enough. You don't need to defend yourself anymore.
As soon as the colonel finishes speaking, the man and the detonator are consumed by the black hole in a blink of an eye. It quickly closes and the clear sky reappears once more. But now the edge of the runway is empty.
Lock down the command center.
Here's a fun question I have for everybody in chat. Which version of events do you think was real? Do you think what Joseph believed was real? Or do you believe the story that Caleb is putting together? Do we think he killed his family in the brig? Or do we think it's something else? Do we think Caleb is putting forward the story? Because he mentions the chip. The chip made me do it. So do we think that Caleb is creating a cover story here? Or do we think Caleb events are actually true? Spiral, you think he killed his family in the brig. That's what Caleb's saying. Caleb's saying that the wife and child are dead because of Joseph. Joseph says the fleet killed my wife and child, and I did the explosion because of the fleet, because of the chip. So I'm curious what y'all think on which version of the story is true. Because I think that in this moment, yeah, Carrie, in this moment, I think that Caleb is cleanup crew. I think he just did an entire song and dance for all the onlookers to cover up and hide what was really going on, is my personal opinion. Which means that Caleb has technically killed, possibly, an innocent man. Well, a minorly innocent man. The ethics of the chip and what's going on and how much the chip is controlling is a whole thing. But it's something to think about here. And it's something for us to note in terms of Caleb's morality for himself. If we think of this like a D&D scale, you know, where is Caleb on it? And for me, Caleb is always going to be on the line of the only thing I really care about is MC is alive and anything else is completely expendable. But it is something to think about. Yeah, I mean, there's questions here, so I think it's a cover-up. I think this is one of the cover-ups that we see, where Caleb's playing cleanup crew on behalf of Ever. Yes, Kadich, I'm agreeing with you. I think this is very much Caleb in cleanup crew mode forever. Yes, the Norix, I honestly do think the chip made him axe his family because we know what it's capable of. Yeah, the chip is in play. I think Caleb is doing a masterful job of mixing truth with fiction to play cleanup crew here.
We still have an unidentified traitor with us.
We still have an unidentified traitor with us. Tell me, Caleb, have you already clocked us? The order is cold and everyone snaps out of their days. My palms start to sweat and my heart races. There's only one thought in my mind. I need to make a move. How did he know? I'm feeling the how did he know. He just got back from the deep space tunnel. Could he really know what's happening on the ground too? Since no one's paying attention, I quietly turn around, but before I can move, I feel as though 1,000 grams have been dropped onto my shoulders. I can't move. This evol is... Caleb, please, I'm really just going out to buy some snacks. I'll be fine.
It's raining. And did you forget how you came back home injured? That was when you went out to buy snacks too. You should stay here.
It's also the gravity Evo? Oh, hear those boots. The sound of footsteps stop behind me. A long shadow is cast.
Don't move.
The moment the voice speaks, my blood freezes. It's not because I'm scared. I heard this voice before. I know this voice.
Colonel, I'll immediately start an investigation into her identity.
No need. I'll do it myself.
My mind goes blank. It's as if the noise around me has been filtered out. Caleb. Someone get a spray bottle. King's gonna need some assistance. King, are you ordering me? King, be a good boy. I'm gonna play the seed. Take a deep breath. Your Gege is coming. All right, everybody, take a deep breath because we're all about to simp our way through this. It's about to get hot. I'm forced to sit in a chair used for questioning. Restraints emerge from it to secure my hands and feet. This is the interrogation room from the fleet starship?
The Colonel will question you himself. Good luck.
Good luck. Via con Dios, you're gonna need it. That was exactly what that was. After the door closes, a harsh, incandescent light shines down from above. Look, it's hard out here for a simp, is all we're saying. And another light behind the one-way glass window opposite of me turns on. I can only see a blurry figure.
I'll start asking the questions. Please cooperate.
The icy air in the interrogation room gnaws at my chest. I take a deep breath and try to calm down. Colonel, I'm a small fish. Why are you personally interrogating me?
You deceived the entire fleet with a fake identity. Can you really be called a small fish?
Okay, first rule of interrogation, MC. Admit nothing! Girl!
Do you know what happens to people who pretend to be a fleet officer?
Despite figuring out who I am, you didn't attack me. Instead, you brought me to an interrogation room. Either I committed a more serious mistake than pretending to be an officer, or I have a secret that piques your interest. The light behind the glass wall flickers twice, and the silhouette vanishes. He enters the room without missing a beat, his military boots touching the alloyed floor.
If you understand the situation, then let's go ahead and have a nice chat.
Is it really you? Okay.
Show some respect to the Far Space Fleet's colonel.
That means he's definitely part of that group. How can a stranger look so similar to Caleb? I can't believe it. Sir, have we met before? You seem familiar.
You're wrong.
But you look exactly like someone I know.
Watch your mouth. There's more than one pair of eyes observing you in this room.
The camera. If he really is Caleb, could there be a secret behind all this? All right.
Smart move. Good. Let's get started then.
What is this?
An interrogation, of course, and a thorough inspection.
That's...
Once we're done here, I'll return it to you.
It belonged to someone from my childhood. He died in an explosion, like the one in the Cascade District. I miss him. Sir, can you tell me something? If that person hadn't died, would he support me even now?
In the Far Space Fleet, there are only soldiers and officers.
Then, what about you? Will you support me?
Do what you're told and don't cause any trouble. You won't get hurt then.
What's this?
It's a mood tracker. The cameras in this room will scan your iris and facial movements before sending the data straight through a terminal. That, along with the monitor's information, will be analyzed to gauge your emotional stability. In other words, there's a catch. You can't lie, no matter what. It's necessary. Be obedient and it'll be over before you know it. Did you pretend to be an officer just so you could investigate the Ether Core? Be honest.
What? He knows about the Ether Core? But... I don't know.
I told you before, you're not allowed to lie.
I didn't.
Recently, there was a large energy explosion in the N109 zone, related to an Ether Core. At that time, you disappeared without a trace and didn't check in with any organization, but you weren't punished upon your return. Our intel suggests you were in the N109 zone.
I don't understand.
Allow me to remind you that we are in Skyhaven. We're above the clouds, and even the World Evol government has to abide by the fleet. Your survival here, and your chance at being able to leave this place alive, depend on your honesty and willingness to follow my orders. I will ask again. Did you come to Skyhaven for the Ether Core?
Is he really Caleb?
Answer me. Remember, the camera is watching. You must tell the truth.
The camera. He's reminding me that there's surveillance, so I can't say anything. I'm telling the truth. I'm not related to anything involving an Ether Core.
This is your last chance.
I don't know anything.
You passed.
You...
Surprised? Sure, it's been a while, but you already forgot about me?
You... It's you, right? Caleb.
Is there another me in the world? Did I scare you?
Dude, respectfully, you died. The last thing she knew is you and Grandma were en flambe. Then she sees you, you strap her to a chair, do some questionable things with the riding crop, and you're like, hi, Pipsqueak, yo, what up, homie? Like, no. Caleb, baby, honey, I know you're super excited, but like, have a minute to remember. Just casually, the last time she saw you, she had to bury an empty coffin. Like, there is some emotional accountability that needs to be happening here. But don't get me wrong, that entire scene was way too hot. Like, just, so very hot. Like, the drag down the throat with the riding crop. And he's so fucking jealous. He's like, we have information that you were in the N109 zone. What the fuck were you doing with the crow? And it's like, I was doing a lot with the crow. You're gonna have to be more specific, honey, about what I was doing with the crow. Because the crow calls me a good girl. You're still being mean. But, like, this scene is the scene that wrote 1,000 fan fiction. I swear to God. It's like all the smut writers saw this moment and went, yeah, I can do that. And bless them. Bless the fan fiction writers on AO3 and Wattpad. Because they are doing this justice. Oh, honey, I'm pretty king, honey. We both know that his knee was absolutely between our legs at several points during that interrogation. Oh my God! Now that I can look down at chat. Let's see. How am I? Laquan, hi, welcome, welcome to the stream. You've made it. You've made it for Caleb. I love it. Like, oh, did I scare you? It's like, are you kidding me, honey? I don't think I'm scared and aroused. I'm scroused. What's the word? I don't know. Either way, like... Oh my god, Caleb.
It is you. Caleb. I must be dreaming.
It's me. It's okay. I'm back.
Oh, look at him. Like the jealousy, the I'm playing a role here, honey, and I really need you to like get a grip and understand that there are cameras and monitors right now, and I really can't have you giving the game away. Like, he is doing so much work in that scene of like, I have to play the role of the Colonel, but I don't want to hurt my girl, but I need her to like get a grip really quick before she starts spouting stuff off while on camera and puts herself front and center in front of the fleet and ever. Like, he is writing such a line of tension, and MC is like, woo! And I'm going, girl, I need you to get it together. Like, group hug for everybody, because that's just, I feel for him, because this is the first time he's seen her since the explosion, like, had her in his arms. And it's just like, oh, King, I don't know how we're gonna make it through this. Like, Caleb breaks my heart, King. He really does. So much so. All right, number 4, gentle gaze. They called that an empathic interrogation. Are you fucking kidding me?
Don't be afraid. It's all right. From now on, we'll be living together.
Oh, it's the bitch. Needless to say, everybody, I am not a Josephine fan. As far as I'm concerned, Josephine and Astra are on the same level. I'm like, fuck both of them. Fuck them hard. I don't... This woman, I don't care what you did. There is no atonement for what you did.
Does this mean we'll never be alone again?
Yes. Starting today, I'll be your grandma.
So insidious, I swear to God. Grandma. In the empty void I see, everything is like a painting's white background that is seconds away from being drowned in a sea of color. There's one exception, the figure standing before me, who's strikingly clear. You... who are you again?
It's okay if you've forgotten. I'll remind you.
He holds my hand. With a radiant smile, his eyes gleam like sunlight.
I'm Caleb. I'll always be by your side.
See? He's already at this point trained in her having forgotten. It's okay if you've forgotten, because she's forgotten before. And he knows that she'll probably forget again because something might happen again. But also I want just a minor note here. You notice how, and we're gonna see this, Caleb is always associated with the sun. Xavier has the light evol, but he's associated with the moon, not the sun. Caleb is the one associated with the sun, and I find that a very interesting detail. Right, Laquan? Like, sometimes the flip in Caleb is almost whiplash worthy in terms of how he switches between his softness and how he goes into that cold place, that kernel place. The switch is just, it's so quick, it's lightning quick. My mind returns to the present. All I can see is a grayish white glow with a metallic chill. Caleb sits opposite me. He reaches for the first aid kit as he holds my wrist, which has marks from the restraints earlier.
Most of the fleet's meds work immediately. It might sting. You need to tough it out.
His tender care is completely different from the cold, intimidating facade he wore in the interrogation room.
What's up?
I need to be sure it's really you.
You still can't believe I'm back?
He gently holds my hand.
Do I need to do a formal introduction?
He meets my gaze, and his voice softens as mirth appears in his eyes.
I'm Caleb. I'll always be by your side.
Caleb, why do you always have to break my heart? Those familiar words and kind voice are truly unique. I exhale, my racing heart finally calming down. You were scary in that interrogation room, but now... I shake my bandaged wrist and then slam my hand down on the bed next to Caleb. When he's about to stand up, I get in his way again. It's my turn to interrogate you. What happened after the explosion? Why didn't you contact me? And you're a colonel now. How's Grandma? I'm feeling the middle. You survived. Why didn't you contact me? And you're a colonel now?
Well...
He turns to look out the window. The night sky resembles a dark, flowing river.
If I didn't join the fleet, I would have been abandoned.
Abandoned?
That's just how things work, Pipsqueak. So, I couldn't contact you. I can't bear to imagine you being put through that pain again.
Caleb isn't exactly interested in explaining, so I don't press him. What matters is that he's alive. What happened after the explosion? The police and the Hunters Association had said...
I don't really remember. It was like a dream, to be honest. When I woke up, I assumed it was connected to the ether core.
So you already knew it?
I just knew. That's all.
How's Grandma? If you're here, she must be okay too.
I'm sorry. I couldn't protect both of you.
Bingo! There it is. As Caleb's gaze loses some of its light, the faint hope in my heart breaks.
Alright, let's move on. You might start crying again if we don't. We finally reunited. If Gran knew, she'd want you to cheer up.
Caleb closes the first aid kit and stands up. He returns it to the cupboard.
After all that interrogating, shouldn't we relax? You've been running around all day and must be exhausted. Let's get something to eat.
Colonel, the captain of the 3rd Squadron would like to speak with you. He has suggested solitary confinement for the traitor you captured.
Come back to me when the bauble around his neck grows a brain.
Caleb, you're being really strict.
Strict? Me?
His armband shines, maintaining his stern expression. Caleb returns to my side.
I haven't even disciplined you. And your cover's so good that you're living in the officer barracks?
Right, Spiral? I love how he looks away when he talks about Gran, because we all know that wasn't even a choice for him. Like, granted, it was MC. He was never not going to save MC first. But it was like, no, I couldn't save you both. Oh no, Grandma burned. Oh no. Like, he is not broken up about Gran's death. Not even remotely. He helps me off the bed, cradling my injured wrist. He inspects my body from shoulders down to my waist.
Pack up your stuff. You can stay at my place, you know. I don't live at HQ, so you'll have more freedom to move around.
Awesome, but I'm still a traitor to the fleet. It might be weird if I'm suddenly accompanying a colonel everywhere. He lowers my wrist and taps the other one. Understanding his intentions, I turn around to let him check my back. It draw even more attention. Some people might even question your authority.
Hold on. Are you being considerate on behalf of your fellow fleet mates? Or do you actually want me to prove your guilt so you'll be locked up?
I mean, chain me to the wall. Once the inspection is done, Caleb moves over to face me.
Don't worry. If anyone dares to question your identity, tell them you're my new adjutant.
Oh, so you want me to use your influence anyway?
It's an order.
Well, if it's an order. He chuckles, taking off his hat. He places it on my head.
The Colonel's whereabouts are classified. The same goes for the people around him. If rumors could threaten me, I wouldn't be wearing this armband.
It's interesting how they talk about the silver armband, but there isn't actually one on his uniform. You notice that? Like, there is no silver cuff around his arm. It's interesting. Caleb's personal aircraft carries us away from Skyhaven's main island, and we go to the surrounding guard stations. Right, Spiral, put MC in the basket. Golden sunlight traces the crystalline lines across the viewport. In the cramped cockpit built for two, I tell him everything that happened when we were separated for several months. The researchers being killed one after another, the documents Grandma left behind, and the Aether Core within me. Since Operation Aether Core Ordeal and the Spatium Core are confidential, I omit the details related to the Association's investigation. Caleb, the one who's pulling the strings, is ever. Behind his goggles, Caleb's gaze is unreadable. He grips the control stick and expertly guides the plane through the clouds. I understand. Let me deal with it for now. I mean, Frost, to be fair to MC, she's so excited that Caleb's back. I mean, this is the one person in all the world she trusts more than anybody. And I know a part of us is like, no, don't tell him these things. But another part of him is like, it's Caleb. She's going to tell him. 10 minutes later, the scenery projected from the starship's camera shifts to a floating, fragmented island. The starship slowly descends and passes through an invisible barrier surrounding the landmass. In front of us is a spacecraft-shaped building.
Here we are.
Oh, no, Ty. You're good. We're still in the first chapter of Homecoming Wings, so you're doing perfectly fine. has a lovely apartment. The white glow from the entrance's lamp disperses the darkness. The entire room is flooded with light. You did, Ty, however, just miss the interrogation scene. My sincerest apologies. You'll just have to imagine it. I hang my bag in the closet by the entrance before running my hand along the cabinet. Look at all this dust. Caleb, you didn't invite me over just so I could clean your house, right?
Psh, this place is usually empty, and I rarely stay here. Of course, it's not exactly pretty. Move.
He doesn't like being called out. And he's also like, girl, if I knew you were coming, I would have had everything clean. There would have been flowers. We would have made this place better. Like, he's on the back foot, and I don't think he likes it. This is a man who likes his control and setting the scene, and he was not able to set this scene, and I think it bothers him. Holding a few jackets he took from my luggage, he lightly nudges my foot.
Only the toiletries are left. Go ahead and sort out your stuff. Oh, actually, hold on a sec.
After tossing my jackets aside, he takes my finger and presses it to the door's lock.
How long are you staying in Skyhaven? If you're not in a rush, why not extend your leave for a few more weeks?
Hunters don't get summer or winter vacations. Captain Jenna let me take some time off, but it's not because I don't have anything better to do.
I almost forgot. You already graduated from Hunter School.
New fingerprint entry completed.
Pick a bedroom you like.
How many does this place have if you're asking me to pick one? I follow Caleb into the living room. The house is spacious, nearly empty in fact. The decor is simple and consists of muted colors. It's devoid of life. Caleb, are you planning to live in Skyhaven?
Why do you ask?
Doesn't this mean we'll be separated again?
You don't want that to happen, right?
No, I don't. I'll be busy since I'm a hunter. I'm just giving you a heads up in case you'll miss me. After navigating through several doorways, I stumble upon a bedroom with comfortable lighting. I stop before it.
Yeah. Without our wanderer-chasing hunter, we'd all be doomed.
So sassy, Caleb, really. Caleb leans against the doorway and looks inside.
You like this room?
It seems cozy.
Okay, then.
His lips curl into that familiar teasing smile as he heads towards the kitchen.
Think about what you want to eat for dinner, and your personal chef will make it.
Oh, good. Now we get a back shot. Look at that bum. Really? I catch up to Caleb and jump. I wrap my arms around his neck. Make all your specialties. Braised pork, spicy lotus root, stewed ribs.
Do you actually want to eat all that, or are you just naming all the menu items? You have quite the appetite.
My weight on him, Caleb pivots before putting me down.
You don't need to help out. Just relax in the living room. Oh yeah, just so you know, that room you claimed is mine.
Right, Kara? Just how many bedrooms does the man have? Like, I'm going, is this a condo? Is this a house? How large is this space? Asking for a friend. Like, I love that he points it out too. Oh, that bedroom? That's mine. He's so like, he's like, Claim my bedroom. Claim my bed. He's got such sass to him. And I love it. Ooh. Sorry. I just got attacked by a cat. Chapter 5. Visitation. Also, I would really like Caleb to make me some braised wings. That sounds so yummy. King is willing to risk it all. King is like, chain me to the bed. After dinner, Caleb insists on clearing the table himself. He tells me to rest and he'll get my bedroom ready soon. I hesitate for a moment before deciding to ask him about the explosion incident. Just as I reach the terrace, thunder roars from outside. The sound alone makes me jump. Maybe it's because we're closer to the sky here. Seeing Caleb's busy figure, I calm down a little. Caught by his gentle gaze, the words stick in my throat. I can only say a random sentence. I want a soda. Caleb steps aside, creating a path for me to get to the fridge. Do you want one? Help me open it. I feel right now she's absolutely reverting a little bit, so I'm going to go with help me open it. I hold out to him the can that I took. Caleb silently stares at me for a minute, then the metal tab is popped open.
You're putting my evol to good use like always.
We toast our cans, clinking against each other. Another roar of thunder startles me, however. I choke.
Still a scaredy cat?
Caleb can't help but chuckle. He pats my back, and as if recalling something, he looks out the window into the night.
I thought you weren't afraid of it anymore.
Caleb sets down the soda and brings up a tablet that controls many of the house's utilities. The curtains are shut, which protects the room from the storm outside.
Remember your astrophobia from when you were little? Didn't you usually hide whenever thunder rolled in?
Maybe it was because thunder sounded too much like a wanderer's roar. I was still terrified of it months after the chrono shift catastrophe that had ended.
At first, I thought you were playing hide and seek with me. But then I saw you were just frightened.
You always remember the minor details. But eventually, I became immune to it.
And who should we thank for that?
I look up. With his eyebrows slightly raised, Caleb grins, and reflecting on those memories, I pretend to be clueless. We should thank my resilience.
You ungrateful pipsqueak.
Caleb teases me and pinches my nose. Chuckling at my reaction, he lets go. Of course I remember that whenever there was a storm, regardless of whether it was during the day or night, he always stayed by my side. I didn't dare to fall asleep, but Caleb's always covered my ears until I dozed off. The thunderstorms trapped him, the most popular kid on the block, inside the house. And so he had to seek refuge with me in various hiding places. Thank you, Davina. Davina would like everybody to remember to take a drink. Caleb makes us thirsty, so remember to hydrate, everybody. No one else knew it was me that was trapped at home, and Caleb was the one who broke that magical cage. Caleb, why were you always the first person to find me? It didn't matter whether I hid in a closet or the attic.
We probably have a telepathic connection.
You just got lucky every time.
Yeah, and? Doesn't matter if I'm lucky or not.
Sentimentality grazes my heart's surface. My hand that's resting on the fridge subconsciously twitches. Why do I feel awkward all of a sudden? I mean, isn't telepathy usually something twins have? Like the ones who are involved in this incident? Thinking of those two that were affected by the explosion, my voice lowers. Over the next few days, there wasn't any progress in finding Kevi, and his sister Mia is still recovering. Caleb,
You still want to investigate?
Caleb has read my mind. I hesitate for a moment before nodding. Kevi is still missing, and I need to know if Ever is related to the explosion. If Ever is involved, there's a good chance I'll get important information that's connected to the Aether Core. Kevi might have already been marked as their target.
The fleet will handle it. And even if you doubt them, can't you trust me? Since you're on vacation, why not just kick back and relax in Skyhaven?
God, you can quietly hear the, please, MC, please for the love of God, just stay inside. Don't investigate. Please don't put yourself front and center in front of the fleet. Please don't draw Ever's attention to you. I would really sincerely appreciate it if you could just let my heart fucking rest for 2 seconds. And don't do anything reckless. That's absolutely what I'm hearing in Caleb's voice. But Caleb! His sister must be worried sick about him right now. She probably wants to be with Kevi again. I'm already your adjutant. I promise not to cause any trouble. If anything bad happens, I'll take full responsibility. Ouch! Something hits my head, but it's not a light tap or a smack. Caleb has a serious expression.
What are you even saying? I always have your back. Don't even think about drawing a line in the sand. Take care of yourself. Do that, and you can investigate whatever you want.
So after everything draws to a close, can you come home with me?
I remember you saying you'd be fine by yourself. But it seems like you still want someone with you.
I'll worry about you if we're always separated.
Is that the only reason?
He shifts his gaze down after suddenly using a softer voice. The fridge door is slightly ajar, and Caleb's hand rests on it. I'm seemingly trapped in this confined space. Right, Frost? Sir, you died. A cool breeze brushes against my shoulders. The faint glow from the refrigerator casts shadows in the depths of his determined, steadfast gaze.
Is it just because I said I'd always be by your side? I'm just messing around. What's wrong? Cat got your tongue?
Are you messing around, Caleb? Are you? Feeling the tension dissipate, I pretend to be annoyed as I push him away and change the topic. move. It's so cold being in front of the fridge. If I get sick, it'll be your fault. Amused, Caleb willingly backs off.
All right, all right. I'll keep my distance. It'll be like there's an ocean between us. You stick to your side, and I'll stick to mine. Don't worry, you won't have to remind me twice.
Caleb has returned to my side. I should be relieved, happy even. But I tossed and turned in the bed that night. As I open my eyes, the bright morning light filters through the curtains. A warm glow is cast on the bedside. After staring at the dimly lit ceiling for what feels like an eternity, I wearily get up. The house is silent. It seems Caleb just left. My breakfast, still warm, is sitting on the dining table. I notice a note tucked underneath it. Your highest priority is resting and enjoying your meal. Everything else comes second. I love house husband Caleb. I love him so much. My male wife is doing so much here. He cooks for you. He gives up his bed. He's such a good boy. I smile as I fold the note. When I sit down, I get a voice message.
Did you eat breakfast yet? I'll be sorting some things out with the fleet. I'll pick you up later.
Alright, I'm gonna admit I'm a little tired because I looked under... I just realized that I'm exposing myself on what I call Caleb on my phone. Don't mind me, y'all. But it's more like underneath my brain just went age play, and I was like, what's age play? And then I went, oh, no matter the age, playing, guess who blindfolded got it? I'm here. Focused. I'm focused. I finished eating my breakfast while going over last night's plan in my head. All right, it's time to visit the medical center. I had to literally use numbers to get it to work because apparently Loverboy, just written, was too hot for Love and Deepspace to handle. And I'm like, there are kinkier things I could have called that man, but Loverboy is like the one you censor. Cracks me up. It's like, okay, I guess we're using zeros. Oh, hey, Jasmine's. I think we're about to see your husband. Willow Medical Center, inpatient department, 9th floor, room 903. Mia. Thanks to Caleb's support, I quickly find the place where Mia is recovering in. It's been said that Kevi and Mia are very close. She's the key to finding him.
I'm terribly sorry, Adjutant. The patient has just recovered from being in critical condition. Visits are prohibited unless her primary care physician authorizes it. This applies to fleet personnel as well.
Could I speak to the doctor then? The nurse looks me up and down. There's a hint of suspicion in her eyes.
Dr. Jones is busy with meetings with a visiting team of medical specialists. The earliest you can schedule an appointment with him is next week.
I understand. Mia is in a precarious situation right now, but with the hospital's strict security measures, her safety is guaranteed at least. I find myself walking to the elevator and my gaze falls on the directory sign. The administrative offices are on the 16th floor. If Dr. Jones is in a meeting, he might be on this floor. Ding! The elevator opens. The elevator door opens. While engaged in hushed conversations, several doctors step out. I guess I can only try my luck upstairs now. Just as I'm about to enter the elevator, a familiar voice cuts through my train of thought like a blade of frost. Zayne? Zayne! Y'all, this is the closest we have gotten to two LIs being like right on top of each other in terms of possibly being on screen together. It's always Caleb and Zayne are the closest that we get. But look at him! Look at our little Zany. In his little doctor outfit, he's so cute with the glasses. Now get under the desk. Is this the confidential schedule you talked about 2 weeks ago? Don't worry, I'll experience memory loss once I'm back in Lincoln. At the vending machine, Zayne gets himself a latte. He gives me a bottle of pear juice.
If I'm not mistaken, a few days ago you said the association ordered you to take leave. However, I didn't think a medical center in Skyhaven was a vacation spot.
Well... He slightly tilts his head back to sip his coffee and frowns because it isn't sweet enough. He scans the department signs on this floor.
You don't have to explain why you're here. It's obvious.
I sigh and give Zayne a rundown of the incident. I figured I could talk to Mia and see if she knows anything about Kevy.
Mia is no longer in critical condition. She should be able to receive visitors.
Do you know Mia?
Her primary care physician used to be my colleague. He mentioned her during his visit. Since Mia was exposed to a metaflux explosion, I checked her heart to ensure she's all right.
How is she now?
Her physical recovery is going well, but she was badly shaken by the accident. Mia still displays signs of avoiding the outside world. But you talking to her might help ease her nerves.
If it's possible, I'd like to try. Zayne taps the folder containing medical records. Then he looks at me.
Give me a second. I'll ask. Dr. Jones, do you have a moment?
A few minutes pass, then Zayne puts his phone away. Under my hopeful gaze, his expression softens and nods.
Follow me. I'll check on Mia's condition first, and if she's all right, I'll ask her.
After receiving the visitation guidelines, I take a deep breath and follow him into the hospital room. In the pristine white room, a young girl around 10 years old sits in the bed. Her face is covered in bandages.
Mia, the nurse said you drank some milk today. That's good.
Mia turns her head without responding. With a blank stare, she looks out the window. Oh my god, K-Ditch, I completely forgot about Aqua. Oh, now I'm gonna have that song stuck in my head for 10 days. Zayne crouches down by the bed. He gently touches Mia's elbow.
Since you listened to the doctor and the nurse, it doesn't hurt as much now?
The little girl slowly blinks, silently acknowledging Zayne's words.
While waiting for the pain to go away, do you want a reward?
I wanna go home.
Her soft voice, tinged with sorrow, resounds in the quiet ward. My heart feels a faint pang, as if that voice reached out to me, urging me to move closer. However, I hesitate, unsure how to start a conversation. Seeing that Mia has noticed me, Zayne speaks in an even gentler tone, which radiates reassurance.
She's my friend. A skilled hunter who saved many children like you.
Huh?
It's unclear which of Zayne's words affect her, but she slightly stirs. Hello, Mia. Zayne calmly observes, stepping back only when he sees Mia doesn't flinch at my approach. Do you want to talk? Mia hesitates and nods. Relieved, Zayne and I exchange looks. Zayne leaves the room. On his way out, he taps my hand, silently telling me not to stay for too long. Zayne's like, look, I'm great with kids. We should have some. Oh, my husband is being so good. Taking a seat beside the bed, I tenderly hold her hand. Mia, what you went through, I also experienced that. You must be really upset. Her small hand slightly twitches in response to my words. Do you miss your brother, Mia? Her empty eyes flicker with emotion. She's about to cry.
Is he dead?
Her eyes are filled to the brim with tears. Don't worry, he's probably just hiding.
But I always find him. I can't this time.
Oh, baby girl, you're gonna break my heart. Your brother wouldn't just leave you. He probably got into a bit of trouble. Can you tell me what you saw before the explosion happened? I might be able to help. She stares at me, and just as she's about to speak, a knock interrupts us. A person wearing glasses and a dark-colored uniform enters. He has the Farce Face Fleet insignia on his armband.
It seems the Colonel forgot to inform us. What brings you here, Adjutant?
Okay, voice acting. Adjutant. Is this like the debate between an aunt and an aunt? It's a vase. It's a vase. It's an adjutant. It's an adjutant. His scrutinizing gaze washes over me, and I look away. It seems today won't go according to plan. The Colonel has his reasons. Just do your job. I'll stop by next time to avoid any trouble. As I'm about to leave, Mia suddenly calls out to me.
Miss?
She retrieves a burnt dog plushie from behind her pillow. She sounds nervous when she speaks.
Thank you for visiting me. Can I give you Lucia as a present?
Lucia, is this dog plushie? I know. Ah, yes, the plushie. It's just gonna break my heart. It's fine. It's cool. Sure. Oh god, the plushie. I forgot about the plushie. Fuck my heart. This child character is killing me, y'all. I'm just like, oh god, Mia. I forgot about Mia. Chapter 6, Veiled Sanctuary. Cool mist rises slowly from the lawn, leaving only a shadowy outline of the hospital's wings, streamlined white architecture. I squeeze the dog plushie named Lucia. I'm genuinely puzzled about what Mia's intent is. Is this just a gift?
Have you made any progress?
There's our husband. Zayne sits down next to me. He gives me a cup that's filled with a drink. I don't know what it is, though. Is this milk tea, a health drink, or a fruit slushie?
Warm water.
He calmly looks over before lowering his head. Then he gently squeezes the dog plushie's cheek. As usual, he delivers his dry humor with a straight face.
Furrowed brows, pursed lips, and a scrunched up face. All symptoms of severe dehydration.
As I said, Zayne is my husband. Caleb is my lover boy. It's the joy of being a harem girly. I have a boy for every day. Great. There's no way my face is. I quickly relax my expression, but my brows furrow again upon seeing Lucia.
Mia clung to this plushie from the site of the explosion to the medical center. Now it's with you. What did she say?
I said I'd help her find her brother.
Kevi?
Every time we say Kevi, all I hear is Home Alone. And just, Kevin! Like, every time. Zayne pauses, his thoughts drifting for a moment before he shifts slightly. His tone becomes more solemn.
Something or someone must be behind his disappearance. However, by getting involved, you'll have to confront people who are also searching for him.
I know. While the Farspace fleet dealt with the culprit behind the explosion, the whole thing feels too similar to what happened to me. I'm not sure, but Ever must be involved somehow. Kevi must have something they're after, or there's a secret they're desperate to keep hidden.
The closer you are to the truth, the closer you are to danger. If you truly thought this through.
Once they make their move, there'll be a second time and then a third. I can't just stand there and watch the same tragedy repeat itself with these two.
Aside from Ever, there's another curious matter. I studied in Skyhaven and worked at Willow Medical Center for a while. As a result, I'm familiar with the general atmosphere of this place. But I've noticed how different it is from what I remember.
What are you trying to say?
The fleet. Back then, the fleet wielded a considerable amount of influence beneath a modest facade. They spent most of their time carrying out exploration missions in the deep space tunnel. A majority of the people who worked here for 7 to 8 years had never seen what their vessels looked like. This sort of large-scale operation where their forces have been deployed on the ground is unprecedented.
Okay, Melissa, thank you so much. Have a good day at work. Even if there's another reason behind the fleet's large-scale operation, with so little information available to me, it's hard to determine their role in this incident. I'll keep a close eye on the situation, but for now, I need to find Kevy as soon as possible. He's been missing for a while now and could be in danger. Zayne nods and looks up at the dark clouds in the sky.
Did you find any leads?
It's been a week since the explosion. The fleet must have searched through every nook and cranny of the explosion site and the surrounding area. If they can't find him, Kevy must have either been taken away by someone or hiding in an even more secluded place. While the latter seems unlikely, I look at Lucia's big white eyes. Did Mia give me a clue?
Let me take a look.
I give Lucia to Zayne. He scrutinizes it for a moment before tugging its charred tail. There's a burst of static before a voice crackles from the plushie.
Where are you hiding? I'm done playing.
Mia, you're so silly. I'm in our secret base.
But we said not to hide in the secret base. You're cheating.
Noticing my surprised gaze, Zayne places Lucia back onto my lap and strokes his head.
I've seen similar toys with sick children.
I knew it was a smart move to turn to a doctor. I carefully pull Lucia's tail and listen to the conversation again. Then I realize something. Maybe Kevy hasn't been taken away. He might be hiding. Is this secret base his hiding place? I turn back to look at Zayne and speak.
Don't. I'm tired of hearing that.
When we're back in Lincoln, I'll buy you the latest item on Maltosio's dessert menu. I suddenly recall how Zayne had taken several consecutive days off after returning from Chancia. It was Chansa, right? Lord, pronunciation is a thing that I do. It's something he rarely does. You've already used up some of your vacation time. Will you be busy later? I can get the dessert to go and give it to you at the hospital instead.
This is the first time I've heard of someone inviting another out for dinner by using a complaint.
I'm doing my best. I'm afraid I'll bother you when you're busy. Zayne slowly leans back, studies me for a moment, and then reaches for the cup of warm water. His expression remains indiscernible.
I suppose what you need isn't water, but something that's more than lukewarm.
What do you mean? Noticing my confusion, Zayne slightly tilts his head and responds with a smile that carries amusement and resignation.
We both have to deal with challenges, one after another. If we want to see each other, then there will be moments like this where we can sit together, no matter how hectic things get.
He lifts Lucia's head and the plushie stares at me with its dewy black eyes.
Once you help Mia, take some time to think about what you'd like to eat with me.
Aw. Daddy Zayne is taking care of us. He's such a good husband. Now back to dealing with my other husband and our problems. Following the explosion, the Far Space Fleet uses wanderers as their reasons for sealing off the area and evacuating all residents within a 2-kilometer radius. Maybe the week-long search has led them to believe Kevi is no longer in the neighborhood. No fleet soldiers are stationed here tonight. The charred ground reveals several sets of footprints, all disorderly. Many have passed through this place. Kevi. As I enter a backyard, I see scorched swing and a slide that's been reduced to a metal frame. I pause before carefully tugging Lucia's tail. If Kevi is still around, he might hear this. After a few minutes, I notice a faint sobbing. Suddenly, a familiar energy fluctuation ripples through the air. Behind the shrubs, a tear in reality, around half a meter wide, materializes. A timid little boy emerges. He's hesitating. Realizing I'm not his sister, he tries to run away, but I quickly call out to him. "Wait, Mia sent me." The boy freezes. He turns around, but his head is still lowered. He's unwilling to meet my gaze.
You shouldn't come any closer. Don't look at my face. Have I become a monster?
Granulated crystals seem to be growing around his eye sockets, almost engulfing his whole face. A few months ago, I saw this sort of phenomenon in the N109 zone with those monsters in Changsha City. Maintaining my composure, I touch the crystals on his face. A sharp pain shoots through my palm, but the growth stops. Just as I thought. I've seen this before. You're not a monster, you're just ill and need to get treated as soon as possible. She's recovering in the medical center, and after the surgery was over, there haven't been any problems. I take Kevi's hand and wipe away his tears. Right now, she's worried about you, Kevi. Can you tell me what happened on the day of the explosion? How did you manage to stay hidden? The secret base you have with Mia? Comforted by my words, he stops sobbing. Slowly, he withdraws his hand and reveals something to me. In the center of his palm is a tiny crystal fragment. This is... A familiar energy reverberates in my heart, and I slowly exhale. It's the last spatium core fragment we've been looking for.
When the explosion happened, Mia and I were playing hide and seek. I was in our secret base while she was outside. She couldn't find me. I was hiding for a couple of minutes. Then I heard a loud bang and blacked out. I was protected by this thing that Mom and Dad left.
Kevi looks down at his palm. The protocore fragment emits a gentle soft glow. Your parents left this?
Yeah. They also said I need to take care of Mia. And that I shouldn't be found and use this to hide whenever I'm in danger.
So this fragment can create a space. The secret base you and Mia talked about? Lowering his head, he nods.
After the explosion, I slept for a long time. And when I woke up, I wanted to find Mia, but there were people outside looking for me.
Who were they?
I don't know, but they were dressed like Mom and Dad. Mom and Dad said that when they're not around, I shouldn't trust those people or go with them. I can't trust anyone.
This must mean Kevi's parents knew they were people in the fleet who wanted to harm them. I bet other groups are also involved. I just want to hug both of these kids. Like, their storyline is such a rough portion of Caleb's return arc. At this point, letting the fleet find Kevi might not be for the best. I touch the black crystals on Kevi's face. He slightly flinches from the pain. But even if we only consider his health, Kevi can't stay here anymore. Maybe having him leave Skyhaven temporarily is the only way to ensure his safety right now. In that case, the Hunters Association, which has been kept out of these events since the beginning, will be reliable safe haven. I know you're in danger and that you really want to see Mia. But you need to keep this fragment safe and hold on for one more day. I'll make the necessary arrangements and return to you as soon as I can. Kevi is quiet for a moment. Then he pats Lucia's head and nods.
Can you tell Mia something for me? I'm okay. Tell her not to worry.
Chapter 7, Unexpected. King, leave Kevi alone. After leaving the area that's under lockdown, I call Zayne. And now you all know that my nickname for Zayne is Snow Baby. Because he's my snow baby.
Don't rush. Speak slowly. Did you find Kevi?
When his voice comes through the phone, it's almost as if a warm hand is soothing my troubled mind. Yes, he has a spatium core fragment. He's been using its power to hide himself. He's also infected with something that involves those black crystals, but his condition seems slightly better than what we saw in the patients at Chansha Hospital. In Chansha Hospital, Zayne and I arrived at a preliminary conclusion. The Aether Core's power doesn't cause transformations like this. Someone is responsible for creating this crystal-related disease. And assuming that's the case, they're deliberately turning people into monsters. After I revealed this conclusion we never really discussed before, the other end of the line is silent for a few minutes.
A few years ago, I witnessed something similar. That person was my friend.
Oh, William. Recalling my conversation with Zayne in the Arctic, a guess forms in my mind. Was it the one who died in Mount Eternal? It couldn't be because...
Yes. After that incident, we learned that under extremely special circumstances, when Wanderers strike, their attacks cause energy crystals to grow in the afflicted area. They corrode the human body and grow a sort of shell over it. Once that happens, the victims can lose their sanity within seconds and uncontrollably lash out at anyone around them.
Some of the vague relationships between a few things become clearer. Zayne's secret research, the small animals at Dr. Noah's home. Your research with Dr. Noah in the Arctic involves this, right?
It does. Based on your description, Kevy's transformation hasn't truly started. But it's hard to say if we should delay our attempts to treat it.
I have a feeling that if he stays in Skyhaven, something unpredictable and grave will happen.
I'll find a way to transfer him to Oxo Hospital and ask Dr. Noah to come back.
I was just about to ask about that. When can you pick up Kevy?
The hospital can't reach his guardians, which could be a problem. I'll have everything arranged by tomorrow night at the latest.
Then I'll bring Kevy to you at that time.
There's one more thing. A necessary reminder, so to speak.
He pauses before lowering his voice.
Since Kevy has an ether core fragment, it's possible Ever will keep looking for him. When caring for others, you must be mindful of your own safety.
Sure. Before coming here, I thought I had grown stronger. I thought I could be capable enough to handle the challenges that awaited me. But I didn't expect them to become even more difficult. Fortunately, I've never had to face them alone.
Perhaps I'm also doing this for myself.
Here's the one thing about this moment. I do not understand why she doesn't tell Zayne where Kevy is. Like, things are happening, things that are not, that she can't control. She doesn't know the entire situation of what's going on. It would make sense to me to tell Zayne, I have found Kevy, this is where he is. If I'm not, like, cool, I'm gonna bring him to you. If I'm not there by this time, come find us here. Like, I know that she doesn't... Fair, Shadow. She could be trying to protect him, either physically from endangering himself or plausible deniability. That's absolutely that's an absolutely viable interpretation. But she's fought Wanderers with Zayne before. He's also the medic of the Arctic. He's done... He's a trained fighter to a degree. So I don't know if it's about her not wanting to endanger Zayne, or so much as she, how do we say? I mean, fair. I wonder if it would give too much crossover between stories that they don't want to do. Yes, they could also be trying to keep timelines as clean as possible to a degree. But I think this is one of those moments where she has fought with him before. It's always been a little bit of something that's stuck in my head as an oversight, that she never told him where Kevy was. Because things could go wrong. And out of everybody here, Zayne is absolutely the one person she can trust. Now, yes, Dawnbreaker, but she doesn't know about Dawnbreaker. Not like that. So it just seems odd to me. Kevy is mutating. He needs medical assistance. They both know that. She's gonna go get him. But it just, to me, it would have been the smart play to tell Zayne, here's where I found Kevy. I'm gonna go get him. If something goes weird, just so you know. Yes, Laquan, I absolutely agree with that. MC's toxic trait is that she believes and thinks she can do everything on her own. I think that there is a level of hyper independence within MC, and she is constantly trying to prove that she stacks up, that she is capable, that she's got this. And I mean, to be fair to her, she's surrounded by really competent, powerful men, and she's had her struggles growing up. I mean, with the memory loss, the trauma from the Chrono Shift catastrophe, I think that MC has a bit of a trauma response around hyper-independence and wanting to prove that she's competent, prove that she's got this under control, and has a very bad habit of not asking for help when she should. Especially when she's basically in hostile territory and undercover at the same time. She is running an off-the-books mission, technically speaking, because Jenna has given her leave, she's assumed an identity, and she's gone into Fleet territory. And she's playing, she is in a politically volatile situation. Because if the Fleet learns that the Hunters sent someone undercover into their district, that is a political shit show. Jenna would get her ass reamed by the higher-ups of the Hunter Association for allowing it to happen. So, don't mind me overthinking this as if this was reality. But this, we are playing with jurisdictions. We are playing, there's a lot in play here. Quietly in play that is not being like announced to everybody. But yes, Kara, she is very capable. I'm not trying to take away from MC. MC is a very capable hunter. She's very intelligent. She has a natural battle in intuition. But there are certain moments where she also has her flaws. She's hyper independent. She sucks at asking follow-up questions. She's getting better. But this is one of those situations where I feel like she's not... You can see the difference between her and Caleb. Caleb is very aware of the political ramifications of what's happening. He's very aware of the board and who's at play. And MC is kind of like a bull in a china shop right now. She is just blundering through with good intentions. Don't get me wrong. Her intentions are phenomenal. She wants to be the hero. She wants to be the good person. But this is a situation where finesse is required and an understanding of the different nuances and people at play is critical. Now, she's working off less information than Caleb, which is also important. But there's still enough on deck where she knows that Ever is insidious. She knows Ever is responsible for multiple bombings. She knows Ever is involved in the Fountain of Atai and other things that are occurring. She's got backtrackers at play. There is enough, she has enough corner pieces to kind of put a thing together to a degree. So I think this is more of a naivete moment for her. In terms of her, this is like when you first start learning how to play office politics when you start working, right? No one's really born to office politics. When you get your job at work, you kind of just roll and think you're doing what you're doing, and then you have to learn the maneuvering that's going on in the office. Who's aligned with who, what bosses are the good bosses, what bosses are the bad bosses, what bosses have an in with HR, which ones are micromanaging, who are the cliques. Like, you have to learn the lay of the land at work to function. And it's exhausting. I hate office politics. I hate it with a freaking passion. But this is kind of one of those moments. We're entering the part of the story where MC has to learn to negotiate these things. And I feel like Jenna was trying, as her manager and as her boss at the beginning of this chapter, to clue her in onto this in terms of the political ramifications between the Hunters Association and the fleet, the jurisdictional jockeying and the machinations that involve in that. So I do believe Jenna tried to give her some of that and tried to like, hey, honey, I need you to focus for 3 seconds and not think about your personal trauma with the explosion and understand what happens if you get caught. So I think that the Homecoming Wing arc is, one, important for Caleb in reestablishing himself as a character, his involvement with Ever, and moving the story forward and understanding what happened to him and some of the projections of where he's going. But I also think the Homecoming Wing arc is important for MC because of the fact that it is a growth period. This is where she's kind of having to learn that the power of friendship isn't going to solve the problem. That there are major forces at play. They are not nice. They are not forgiving. And you have to think 2 to 3 steps ahead. She's got to become more proactive and less reactive. That's the tragedy of this arc, is that this is where MC is going to learn about how she can't just be reactive anymore. And I think it's going to be hard for her. And it's also a frustration for Caleb and for all the boys, because they're trying to protect her. And they feed into the problem by not telling her things and keeping her in the dark. So it's not entirely MC's quote-unquote fault. The boys are absolutely in play. And I know if you've listened to the podcast, you've absolutely heard me have a rant or two about agency and how these boys need to actually just freaking talk to her and it would solve a lot of problems. And I stand by that. But yeah, so this is... The lore, there's so much happening here, the lore. And I do appreciate in some ways that Infold doesn't spoon feed it. I like that they give you enough to where if you're paying attention, you can extrapolate some stuff. At least from my perspective. But we're overthinkers on this channel. And thank you for coming to my TED Talk on hyper-independence, office politics, and the art of communication. So the PSA and summary of all of that is, talk to people, tell them things. Don't think you can do it all by yourself. Asking for help does not make you less competent, it just makes you smart. Moving right along. After the call ends, my beating heart finally begins to calm down. I look up at the moonlight hidden behind the dark clouds. The night is still, with no wind or rain, and the stars shine brightly. I suddenly wonder, is Zayne also looking at the same night sky right now? The lieutenant's appearance at the medical center today means the fleet is keeping Mia under close surveillance. I need to avoid them if I want to bring Kevi there. Which means I need to keep this from Caleb somehow. During my trip back to the station on the floating island, the previously peaceful sky suddenly becomes dark and gloomy. Thunder roars in the distance. It might start raining again. My phone has several unread texts from Caleb. Where are you when will you be back? I didn't press anything. I would have liked to have those back. But essentially, Caleb is being a mother hen. As I scroll through them, the fact that Caleb is truly back sinks in.
Everyone's on edge because of the explosion in the Cascade District.
The Deep Space Tunnel's been acting up again, and more Wanderers are showing up in Skyhaven.
I send over my location's coordinates, and then it starts to drizzle. I join the crowd under the overpass. The atmosphere grows heavy with the eerie chill. A figure clad in black, half their face concealed by a high collar appears. Their greenish-gray hair is loosely tied.
Excuse me.
But they don't move. Something's off, so I move to the side. Can I help you?
Yeah, you can.
All of a sudden, there's a small explosion nearby. The scorching heat throws me back a few meters.
It's a Wanderer!
Run!
I steady myself, covering my nose and mouth with one hand and waving away the smoke with the other. The stranger is still there. He pulls down his collar to reveal his face. Honestly, the fact that MC does not live in perpetual concussion for how often she gets thrown around amazes me. With a forked tongue and a white slit pupils, he grins mysteriously as if knowing this would happen.
Has anyone warned you that a unique hunter like yourself could get into some real trouble around these parts?
He moves like a grayish-green serpent. His fingers change into blades as they swipe past my cheek. I barely manage to sidestep him. He attacks again, aiming for my throat this time. He's tough and quick. I instinctively lean back and narrowly avoid the silver blades. I pistol whip him, the gun landing a decisive blow on his head. Hearing that satisfying sound, I know I did a good job. I turn around. From the broken remains, wires and metal bits burst out along with a bunch of tiny bolts.
You're annoying. I can't hear anything now.
The man touches the broken part of his ear before tossing the short-circuiting implant into the drain.
If I take the ether core from you, I can trade it in for an ear with some nice bass. But
the scattered electrical equipment is sucked into a metaflux surge as it spawns several strange-looking wanderers.
Oh well, let them have some fun.
Is this some kind of transformation? My hand moves behind my waist. Amidst the dirt and rain, a bright red flash materializes. A wanderer that has lunged forward is sent flying back several meters. What attacked it was an apple? Having found its mark, the apple continues on its gravity-defying trajectory. I turn my head. Cradling his phone between his ear and shoulder, Caleb grabs an apple from the paper bag he's holding. He throws it up and catches it in his right hand.
The supermarket wasn't having a sale on produce today, and my bullets aren't exactly cheap.
Drop this seed, y'all! And he's throwing an apple at the snake. Oh my god, he's throwing an apple at the snake. I forgot he threw an apple at frickin' Viper. Ty in full, please let Caleb out of apple hell. Oh. What do you mean it's not symbolism? We defeat the snake with the fruit of the apple of forbidden, the fruit of forbidden knowledge. Oh my god. Caleb. Why did we? I raise my gun and swiftly position myself beside him. I keep an eye on the Wanderer approaching us.
This isn't a game. I won't let you charge in alone.
No shit, it's not a game. I'm a fully trained Wanderer. I work for Unicorn. Babe, I love the overprotective energy, but come on, honey. Traumatized love of my life. Give me some fucking credit. Don't underestimate me. I can pull my weight in a battle just like you now. All right, I normally skip these, but I will ask this one time. Would you like to see a battle? Thank you, Davina, for making sure that I am fed and watered. Yes, Shadow, I made a promise. And Mrs. redeemed Nikki's revenge. Oh, Lord, save us all. Okay, hold on. Going to have to switch screens, y'all.
This is too easy.
It looks weak.
Yeah, it's very weak. Let's see it. Requesting full suppression gunfire.
Roger.
It's only got half its health left. You want to do a competition?
Of course. Watch me.
You can't hold on for much longer.
Let's see who can land the finishing blow.
I'll show you.
Requesting full suppression gunfire.
Roger.
Nice. Is it charging up for an attack? Time to change our strategy. Focus fire. Sometimes I wish you'd let me be your... Requesting full suppression gunfire.
Roger.
Now's our chance to strike.
Caleb.
Coming.
Bring it on. You won't escape.
It recovered. Let's change our...
Not even a challenge.
Time to show them what we can do. Target is within range. Commence encirclement.
Let's end this together.
Now's our chance to strike.
I've locked onto the target.
Copy that.
My turn.
It recovered. Let's change
As I'm building the scene while we watch this.
I'll show you.
Sometimes I wish...
Caleb.
Coming. How would you rate our teamwork?
100%.
So that was auto battle, everybody. Don't worry, Ms. I saw you redeem Nikki's revenge. I will actually battle. We've got another battle coming up in this chapter, so I will do the chapter 11 battle, not autoed. Boop. Okay. So I will chop down into battle 11 really quick. Because Ms. redeemed it, so you all get to see me. No. There we go. All right. Let's do this. So, at the moment we just have for channel rewards on Twitch, I have what's called Nikki's Revenge, which is a reward that makes me battle off auto. Miz has redeemed it, so we're gonna do this off auto. I am not good, y'all. I really am not good at battles, so please be kind. I will take us
Metaflux
off.
overload detected. Be
Here we
ready,
go.
soldier.
Here I go.
Here's a change in tactics. Stay cool. Can't hold on for much longer.
Let's see who
To be
can land
fair-
the finishing blow. We crushed them.
I'm cheating because I'm using a fully ranked level 880 Caleb on level 4, like level 3 and 4 enemies, so they're not gonna last long. But yes, so it is overkill at this point. I have to, hold on. Okay, hold on. Because Miz wanted to see me actually battle, and that was going too fast. So let me come here to something. Deep Space Trial. Open orbit. Okay. Oh, you don't mind if we switch to Dragon for a minute? Here we go. All right, Miz.
The taste is hardly passable. I guess it's gonna fight dirty.
Taste our bloodlust.
Then perish. We're halfway there.
It won't take long for us to be done.
It's time to meet your maker.
My turn. Go back to the pit you came from.
Be careful. Don't let it hit you. Through blood and bond.
I don't know what I'm doing.
You have just a scratch.
I wouldn't say I'm satisfied.
Oh, I'm so proud of
You
you.
have quite the appetite.
Are you hurt? Don't believe in the rules.
Oh no, his shirt is
There's
torn.
blood to tear them apart.
You aren't so bad yourself.
I thirst for blood.
I summon
Do you,
them.
darling?
Listen to fate's dying echo.
Summon Death's shadow.
Now, fall into infernal abyss.
Eat this. Bring it on.
Be careful. Don't let it hit you. Keep an eye on any changes. You're too close. That's my spot.
I know, darling.
My turn. Taste our bloodlust.
Then perish.
That's it?
You're as unsatisfied as I am.
Okay, there we go. I have manually battled. Thank you for coming to this moment. The only reason I won is because I am so... My Sylus is OP and Nikki absolutely redid all my protocors. I did! I battled on manual, Nikki! Welcome back! Miz redeemed Nikki's revenge, so... And I give my people what they want. Now then, I hope you all sincerely enjoyed that battle. Back to Caleb. Chapter 9, Blindfold. Bang! The last wanderer is flattened by an unseen force and scatters debris in all directions. Caleb! Muddy water is everywhere, but Caleb seems unfazed as he brushes aside the damp strands of my hair.
Are you hurt?
I'm good, but that person is getting away. Caleb holds out his hand. His fingers slightly extend. A barrage of stone shards chase after the fleeing figure cloaked in a dark grayish green.
Eat some fruit. I'll be right back.
You might as well have just said good girl at that point. A paper bag lands in my hands. Before I can respond, Caleb vaults over the railing and disappears into the night. How did Caleb get here so quickly?
Perfect vessel, my ass. It doesn't even look as good as us unfinished products. Damn it!
Sharp shards pierce through half of Viper's face, and before he can even cry out in anger, a kick knocks the wind out of him. A powerful force slams him into the ground, which instantly destroys the other half of his face.
I see it's shedding season again, Viper.
You bastard! I'll kill you!
Caleb increases the weight. Immediately, the crisp sound of something cracking reverberates. Holy shit, it does. Y'all, I have not listened to this with headphones on before, and that was some cracking. That was some visceral cracking. Woo! That was atmosphere. Those invisible restraints are like iron that even make Viper's knees creak.
You... stop it!
A white prosthetic eye floats into Caleb's hand, and it's crushed in an instant.
Who gave you the right to approach her?
The professor said it's not time to go after her yet. I was just playing around with her.
It feels as if a swamp is suddenly squeezing the air out of his lungs, making it difficult to breathe.
There are less than 72 hours before the final cleanup. I'm just reminding you that. If you can't retrieve the protocore fragments, you're done for.
Which hand did you touch her with? This one?
Well, y'all, welcome to the dark romance arc. He's unfazed by the threat. Click. Viper's left hand is twisted, and he almost passes out from the pain. Yep, that's also a crack in my ears from the headphone. Oh, this makes this scene a whole nother level.
This... you need to protect her. It's a bit much.
Oh, you gotta love Viper. This is a bit much, honey. I don't know if y'all have headphones in listening to this, but oh my god, the cracks. But seriously, Viper, this is a bit much.
Wouldn't you say your overprotectiveness borders obsessive?
Raindrops are suddenly suspended in the air. They're like countless silver needles that are ready to pierce him at any moment. He can't even laugh. Caleb crouches down, meeting Viper's gaze. He slightly smiles.
Lay a hand on her again, and I will kill you.
Well, our yandere husband has made his point. Sometimes, Viper, silence is golden. Maybe you shouldn't poke the rabbit, Caleb. Unable to find Caleb, I have no choice but to retreat to the overpass. The soaked part of the paper bag I'm holding leaves a chaotic pattern on my hand. It almost resembles a winding labyrinth. Did we lose King? I'm surprised that King is not blowing up the chat in simp Latin after that. Vex! Hey Vex! Welcome to the stream. Don't mind me and my yandere husband defending my honor. The soaked part of the paper bag I'm holding leaves a chaotic pattern on my hand. It almost resembles a winding labyrinth. Frost, I think the power of Caleb was too much for King. We might have to put him in a grave. We've rendered him speechless. The person knew I had an Aether Core. Is he an assassin senpai ever? But he wasn't planning to kill me. It seemed like he was testing his prey.
Why are you standing here in the rain?
An umbrella shields me as Caleb reappears. He frowns as he wipes away the water from my face. Laquan, they're all my husbands. It's separate timelines. It's not cheating, it's separate timelines. I'm married to all of them. This is my yandere husband. Zayne is my soft husband. Xavier is my sleepy husband. Rafayel is my fishy husband. They're all my husbands. It's my harem and I love them. Where was I? Oh yes, Caleb, are you okay?
I'm fine, but I lost track of him.
Having checked Caleb's hand over and over again, my anxiety only dissipates when I confirm he's unharmed. It's okay. I got some of the parts he dropped. I'll take them back to the data analysis. Hopefully there will be something to learn.
We'll talk about it later. Let's go home.
I know we're sharing an umbrella under the rain. It's so romantic. And he just brutally hurt a man who tried to hurt me. He takes off his coat and drapes it over my head. With his arm around my shoulder, his warmth quickly envelops me.
Give me a heads up next time you go out. I can't help but worry about you when you're all alone.
Upon returning home, Caleb ushers me into the bathroom. I'm wrapped in the hot water's warmth. After getting out of the shower, I put on soft loungewear, the rain's chill having faded away. In the living room, I scan the parts and upload the data to my watch. A streaming bowl of ginger soup appears on the coffee table.
You didn't dry your hair. Again.
All the better for you to dry it for me, baby. I freshened up. Caleb brings over a towel. He sits down on the couch and pats the spot next to him.
Come here.
I comply and hold the bowl of soup while Caleb towel dries my hair. It's very soothing, and I can't help but narrow my eyes. It's been a while since I received your service like this.
Oh, so you know it's a service. And that's why you always plop onto the bed to play with your phone while your hair's still wet.
It's because I know you'll help me.
Okay, Pipsqueak.
Through the towel, something taps my head. It's not too gentle or too rough. Thank you, Davina. I'm taking a drink. Though, don't you think you've gotten better at drying hair?
Have I? I moved out to live in the college dorms. Then I moved again for the DAA after graduating. Looking back, it's been forever since I was really home. That means it's also been a long time since I helped you dry your hair.
He tilts my chin before using his fingers to comb through the disheveled strands. Right, Ditch? Like, the micro expressions on Caleb's face are so incredible. Like, there's so much emotion work and character work done in, like, his eyes and eyebrows alone. There's no rush. We have more than enough time together.
Yep.
With a promise made, a new thought crosses my mind. What about the Deep Space Aviation Administration? Do they know you've joined the Far Space Fleet? What about your comrade in arms?
They don't know. And they won't. It wouldn't be smart to have too many people in on this. They aren't required to know everything about me anyway.
My phone screen suddenly lights up. I see a news alert about the explosion in the Cascade District. Ah, right, Kevy. He removes the towel from my head and walks to the bedroom.
I'll grab the hairdryer. Give me a sec.
Wait! Aware of the warnings Kevy's parents gave and the fleet's close surveillance of the siblings, I realize things are in a more sinister light. Is it possible Caleb knows something about this? The fleet has used a considerable amount of resources to deal with the explosion incident and their search for Kevy. Is it because Kevy's parents are important to them?
The perpetrator and victims are fleet personnel. That means the fleet must take full responsibility and provide answers to the public.
Right, Kara? I can absolutely picture, like, young Caleb and MC just on the floor, him doing her hair, like learning to braid and stuff to give her pigtails or to give her the latest hair trend or something. He's totally that guy who would learn it. Fishtail braids, Dutch braids, all the braids. Put her hair up at night. He'd pamper the hell out of her. And then put her in his pocket. It would be adorable. To reassure me, Caleb gently pats my head. His voice softens.
Don't worry. They will find him.
That's what we're worried about, babe. We don't want the fleet to find Kevy. As I watch Caleb walk away, a sense of guilt creeps over me like an evening mist. Oh God, Miss, I could absolutely see Caleb learning how to paint nails. You're not my real god, Astra. What is happening in the chat? Oh, here we come. Oh. Chapter 10, Hearts Crossing. He would be so proud of himself, Laquan. Be like, look what I did. My girl looks so cute. Like, he would. Caleb would paint her nails just to hold her hand. Like, y'all, the yearning of this man just breaks my heart every time. He just wants her safe. He wants her happy. And he just wants to hold her hand. Like, that's it. And sometimes he feels the need to lock her in an attic to make that happen, and that's the problem bit. But we're working on it, okay? We're working on it. We've just got to work him through some trauma and, you know, a chip in his body that is trying to take control of him. It's just... Once we solve that problem, look, I can fix him. We can fix him. It's going to be fine. We can fix him. We can fix my baby. It's going to be okay. I mean, he's still a little obsessive after the fact, but like I said on the podcast, I don't mind if Caleb wants to lock me in an attic. I just want to make sure it was his choice and not the chip's. I'm about body autonomy. As long as it was his choice, we can work with that. It's the chip I have a problem with. I mean, did he fail therapy or did therapy fail him, Frost? That's debatable. Also, I really don't think he properly engaged with the therapy. But that man is like trauma after trauma, PTSD after PTSD. Like, he can, Frost. He can. You just have to believe. Oh, my poor Caleb. When I wake up the next day, my head feels foggy and my throat is itchy. Maybe it's because I got caught in the rain yesterday. What are these for? As soon as I enter the living room, I stop in my tracks. Boxes of various sizes that weren't there before are now here. Caleb rolls up his sleeves. He sits down on the floor and pieces something together from the scattered parts around him.
This place has been empty for too long, so I bought some stuff. Take a look. Do you need anything else?
Because when it was just Caleb, the house didn't need to be a home. It was just some place to sleep because he was never there, because he lost his home when his world exploded. And now that she's here, he wants to make the house a home. And I have way too many feelings about this moment, and I kind of want to cry. Because he doesn't care if it's Spartan or crappy or just lacking any sort of warmth. But the second she comes in, the second she's in play, he buys new furniture. He wants to make it warm and nice and lovely, and now it's a home. She's here, and now the house needs to be a home. And I'm just... Caleb, baby, you're giving Mama so many feels. But yes, we could totally power multiple countries if we converted Caleb's yearning into, like, just straight up energy. Solve the energy crisis, I'm telling you. Oh, Caleb, honey. She is his home. It's okay, I'll only be staying here for a few days. Anyway, I need to go. God damn it, MC.
Why? You don't plan to visit me anymore?
Oh my god, this voice crack on the Y? Do you hear that? No, of course not. I rub my stuffy nose. Content, Caleb smiles, wipes his hands, and gives the assembled robot a pat on the head.
Hello, Master.
Play it again. You want to hear the Y again?
Why? You don't plan to visit me anymore?
See, like the crack on that. It's just too funny. The little robot's screen forms a smile as its movements produce a series of clink clanks.
When you're on the bed and glued to your phone, it can bring you snacks and drinks.
Shadow, you didn't know you could do what? Sure. The warmth in Caleb's smile makes me feel even more guilty. I'm sorry, if the fleet is just trying to protect Kevy, then I'll make it up to you once he's safe, I promise. Oh, Shadow, you didn't know? Oh, well, maybe some others don't know. FYI, everybody, when you're playing, if you want to hear something again in this bottom left corner, there's a little clock icon. If you click it, it'll show you the whole, it'll show you the transcript for the last few seconds. And you can star, this is how you, one, star the voice line, but two, you can also play the lines again from here if you want to hear something. That's how that's done. Boop. Ah, there we go. I sit next to him and attempt to mask my nervousness with a pleading look. Caleb, I agreed to have dinner and watch a movie with some classmates in Skyhaven tonight. Can you give me a ride? It's not that far. You can take me there since your plane can just zoom. Cough, 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 cough. Kevy agreed to meet at midnight, but after careful consideration, I decided to head out early to avoid any problems. I made that suggestion to Caleb so he wouldn't overthink things.
You shouldn't go out. I can tell you're coming down with a cold based on your voice alone. Focus on resting today, so you can recover.
Like, don't cough in front of Caleb. You're going to activate his protective mode. Caleb opens another box and busies himself again.
There's a weird energy fluctuation in the deep space tunnel. All the Wanderers in Skyhaven are riled up because of it. To ensure everyone's safe, Skyhaven will be under lockdown tonight. We'll be doing a cleanup.
Isn't eliminating Wanderers supposed to be a hunter's job? What kind of threat could possibly warrant a large-scale response from the fleet?
Doesn't matter. Since the fleet is in charge of Skyhaven, safety is our highest priority.
He pauses and looks up.
I won't be around tonight, so don't even think about going out. Got it?
But... cough, cough, cough. This isn't good. I need to get Kevy out of there. Pretend to give in. I promise it'll be quick. Boop. What if I have an emergency and need to go out?
You can't.
Caleb, straight to the point. You can't. This is important to me. Caleb, it'll only be a few minutes at best.
Except nothing's more important than your safety.
He gives me a warm smile and rests his hand on my head.
Please, stay here. I can't do any more than this.
He responds with a smile. It's the same one I've always seen, but his gaze is a little too cheerful. He's hiding something. Caleb, be honest with me. Is the cleanup tonight related to the explosion?
You're overthinking it.
He looks away and pretends to study the sketch. I grab his chin, forcing him to look at me. You're lying.
What about you, then?
He calmly grabs my right hand and reveals the gun I had put on my waist.
Why do you need a gun at a friendly get-together?
That's because I'm worried about encountering a wanderer. His grip on my wrist tightens.
Don't forget about the ether core in your body. You're not a normal hunter. And the whole explosion incident is complicated. One wrong move, and you'll be trapped here forever.
The fleet isn't just here to investigate the explosion, right? Are you hiding something? In the tense silence, the small auto is oblivious as it continues making noise. After what seems like an eternity, he suddenly lets go.
Sorry. Do you remember what I said? Leave it to me. I won't break my promise to you.
He just might be flexible on how he fulfills that promise to you. My lips tighten into a thin line. The increase in body temperature that I've been fighting hits me. I slowly lean back and sink into the couch.
I'm sorry. I shouldn't have upset you.
Caleb kneels. He takes my wrist that he had grasped earlier and massages it with his thumb.
But tonight's operation isn't just a normal patrol. You're unaware of the dangers here.
His earnest gaze follows mine when I try to look away. For some reason, this version of Caleb feels like a stranger. Do you really mean it?
Cross my heart.
Make a pinky promise. You made a promise to me. Don't forget about it. As the day draws to a close, I still haven't found an opportunity to leave. I hope the round-the-clock shuttle service won't be affected by the cleanup. Only when my phone gives me a no service message do I realize how thorough Skyhaven's lockdown is. Outside, darkness cloaks the scenery with the trees' shadows. When it's 11 p.m., I hear the faint creak of a door opening outside. After silently counting to 30, I quickly get out of bed and go to the living room. No one's here. Only a single wall lamp illuminates the room, and the furniture's shadows are plastered on the house's white walls. I let out a sigh of relief and try to find my gun that Caleb put away.
Looking for something?
Uh-oh. Caleb, you're still here. Caleb stands behind me, his arms crossed. The light casts irregular patterns on the floor.
I was about to leave.
Go ahead. I'm getting something to drink. A cup that's filled with water floats over to my side along with 2 white pills.
You were coughing a lot during the day. Did you catch a cold because of yesterday's rain?
It's just a small cough.
Take some meds before you go back to sleep.
His gaze is calm and gentle, showing no signs of discontent. It's as if my pitiful lie fooled him. Okay. I won't let him worry about me tonight, at least. I put the pills in my mouth and wash it down with the water. I have emptied the cup in one go. The ticking of the clock's second hand echoes in the dimly lit room, emphasizing the silence between us and our mingling breaths. Without thinking, I avoid his gaze. I hesitate for a moment before heading back to the bedroom. Good night.
Good night.
I mean, yes, she could have absolutely... I'm gonna pause here for a second because this is about to be a cutscene. I see the chat going, don't swallow the pills, cheek the pills. Fair, but also at this point, MC still trusts Caleb. She doesn't... I don't think she'd ever think that he would purposely drug her like he does. Like, that never would have crossed her mind about it. So I can understand why she would swallow them, because in her mind, probably she just thinks it's basic cold meds, like taking Tylenol. I don't think she realizes it's something a bit stronger than that. So, like, in hindsight, we know we can't really be like, you idiot, why would you do that? Because she's still operating on the Caleb she grew up with and not the Caleb that's in front of her. Again, he's still her Caleb. Like, let's be clear, this is still her Caleb, but this is Caleb with a chip that jacks his obsession and his overprotectiveness up to like a Spinal Tap 11. He was mildly obsessive and possessive before the chip, and now he's got a much darker edge to him a bit. And again, as far as Caleb's own moral code is concerned, he values her life and safety above everything. So when it comes to that, the ends justify the means for him, I think. So yeah, he can drug her asleep so she doesn't go foolishly out and get herself into trouble or hurt. And that's perfectly fine because he's got to keep her safe. And when you center it on that, as MC's safety being paramount, and you put that as the moral center, any action he takes to keep her safe is moral. To us, on the outside, we're all sitting here going, have you lost your damn mind? Because drugging someone, non-consensually, to do something like this is unhinged. Like, let's be real here for a second. Yes, this is a fictional man in a fictional story, but let's be real. If Caleb's actions were happening in reality, this would be a huge problem. This would be flag on the play. This would be not a good idea. But we are not in the real world. We're in a fictional world, and we are assessing Caleb in this moment and his actions in this moment. And his actions in this moment are wholly defined by his worldview of MC before all. So, drugging her to keep her safe, absolutely on the table. Sacrificing himself and damn near getting himself killed, totally on the table. Straight up legit murder, on the table. He would kill Viper without a heartbeat. Like, it just, not even think about it. Anything and everything is on deck, so long as it keeps MC safe. So long as that's holding, he's morally fine. He can justify himself. Now, I think he's very much aware of some of his actions, and there's probably a bit of existential dread because, you know, how much of it is him and how much of it is the chip. But also, I think, yes, Ditch, I think he's desperate. I think there's some desperation here because she wasn't anticipated. Caleb did not anticipate her being here. Caleb did not have this. Again, this is a man who is surviving on control and playing 4D chess with Ever and the fleet. He has got multiple chess boards up, and he's got to keep that all in check. And she is a variable right now that he did not plan for. She wasn't supposed to be here. And I think this, and again, this goes back to what I asked at the beginning of the chapter. I think this is also why he shut down Hunter involvement, because he didn't want her in play. And if he shut down Hunter involvement, he thought he could keep her off the board. And she came anyway because that's who she is. Because this is a learning curve for both of them. MC has to learn the Caleb that is now, the Caleb after the explosion, the Caleb after the chip, the trauma, the additional trauma. And for Caleb, he has to learn the new MC, the MC that lost him, the MC that had to learn how to live without him, the MC that went to the N109 zone on a revenge kick and then had to survive that. These are not the same people that were there that day when Bloomshore exploded. And both of them have to renegotiate their relationship. They have to learn who each other are in the present and what they mean to each other in the present. In a lot of ways, that explosion kind of very much closed a chapter between the two of them. And this is a new chapter where Grandma's dead, Ever's in play, both of them have had to grow up, and now it's kind of, okay, who are we? Who are we to ourselves? Who are we to each other? The love is still there between the two of them, absolutely. But it's also trying to negotiate that, this new version of themselves. And Shadow, you're actually closer. It's not just his career that's on the line. It's his safety. Remember, he said abandoned, and then abandoned had quotation marks around him. If he's an experiment, he is a tool. What happens to tools we abandon? I don't think it's just his career on the line. I think it's his life that's on the line. This isn't about his position as the Far Space Fleet Colonel, though that is also on deck because of the political ramifications. I genuinely think, as far as Ever is concerned, you perform your job or we put you down. We throw you away. Broken toys, broken tools go in a box. They go in the trash. So this isn't, I don't think this is just a threat to his career, Shadow. I think this is about his life being on deck here. And if Caleb is dead, he can't protect MC. So he's got to play the game. He's got to play ball. He has to give his handlers just enough to keep them satisfied and to keep them off MC and off her. And given the conversation with Viper, it's clear that at this point in time, again, we can debate on whether they were aware of MC before the explosion, but definitely right now, Ever is aware of MC, and they are watching her. And the various Ever agents have clearly been given instructions not to interfere with her. So she is being monitored, and he knows that. So he's got, you know, there's a lot of negotiation happening here. Oh, I absolutely, like, Kara, I do not like what's about to happen to these kids. At all. I am, it's a hard pill to swallow, what's about to happen to these kids. It's disturbing. But I also think, and I'll discuss this a little more once we get to the other side of it, but there is a lot of parallel happening between these two children, Kevi and Maya, and Caleb and MC. I think there were a reflection of MC and Caleb to a degree. Especially the outcome, the possible outcome. I think Caleb sees it in these two. And what is about to happen to Kevi and Maya is Caleb's nightmare. It's his greatest fear. It's the bad ending, is what we're all about to witness through these children, is the bad ending. But there is, and I don't want anybody thinking that I'm trying to justify what the decision that Caleb's about to make in terms of that I think this is a good decision and I'm for this. What I want to convey more is when we're looking at Caleb's actions, one, we look at them through our moral coding and our biases, but also trying to understand why Caleb is making the decisions that he's making. Thank you, Ditch. I mean, it's some of the decisions that he make are absolutely like, oh my God. But Caleb has never been billed as the Prince Charming hero. That's Xavier. Xavier is the Prince Charming of the story. That's his mold. That's his role. Caleb is the morally gray character. So is Sylus. But I also think Caleb is a hair darker than Sylus in some ways in his moral decisions. So yeah, it's when we're dealing with characters like Caleb, when we're dealing with this level of complexity, as consumers of the content, as viewers, as readers, because in a lot of ways this is a visual novel, it's part of part of the journey for us to try and understand these characters and why they do what they do. It reveals a lot about who they are. It reveals a lot about the pressures they're under, the decision trees that they're making, because it is very easy to dismiss characters like Caleb and be like, he's a bad person. We're done here. That's it. When it's so much more than that. I mean, he's in an impossible situation. And there's also survival on the line. There's so many hard decisions he has to make as a character. And he has to make what I view as the lesser of two evil decisions. And that's not easy. I don't think Caleb enjoys these decisions. I don't think he's getting enjoyment out of any of this. And I don't think he's getting enjoyment over what's going to happen here with the kids. But I think he is literally in the most impossible situation that he's got. And if it was just him at play, if MC wasn't involved at all, I think his decisions would be different. Like if MC didn't exist and it was just Caleb in this moment, I don't think Caleb would make the decisions that he's making. But MC does exist. And not only does she exist, she's directly in the state of play. And he's got to protect her. So once that line is there, the decision becomes obvious for him. But yeah. No, the children, the story of the children is heartbreaking. Like, it destroys me. And I hate it. I absolutely hate it. I hate that Caleb's been put in this position. I hate that Mia and Kevy are here. I hate what Ever is doing. I hate that this is even a thing. And it's part of the reason why I wish MC had spoken to Zayne. And I was like, just tell Zayne. But I don't know if this could have been prevented at all. And I sincerely hope that whenever we get to the true ending of Love and Deepspace, like the real end, congrats, we're done, the story is done, I sincerely want everyone in Ever to suffer. Astra and Ever, I would like them to suffer. I would like them to feel pain. I do not want it to be quick. I want it to be slow. I want them to regret every single life choice that they have ever made. It's heartbreaking, the decisions that are being put into place and the decisions that Caleb will be forced to make again and again to protect MC. And I really hope, because we do, and we'll see this through the tender memories and the other things, as we go through the myths, as we go through the tender moments and the other memoria, part of Caleb's arc is him accepting MC in a position of agency and understanding that he has more value than just his ability to protect her and to take the hits like a tank. That Caleb doesn't have to justify his existence. He doesn't have to justify a reason for MC to love him. His very existence is more than enough. He is more than his martyrdom. He is more than his sacrifice. He is more than his suffering. Caleb deserves to be loved and be valued simply because he exists. That's it. And that's something that he has to reconcile. And that's something that MC has to help him reconcile, is that he's more than just a tool. He's more than just a weapon. And that MC loves him regardless. And in fact, MC matches his freak in a lot of ways, as we'll find out, when it comes to that level of obsession and possessiveness. But, okay, cutscene. Here we go. Sorry, that was a long tangent.
Hey. If I kept you here with me like this, would you think I'm being too selfish? But it's only us now.
He's so
Let's
alone.
say I had noticed these threats that were lurking around you earlier. Knowing then what I know now, none of this would have happened, right? Don't worry. This nightmare will come to an end. I promise.
It's just so heartbreaking. He's so lonely. And he just wants her to be safe. And he has this guilt in him. That line kills me. If I knew then what I know now, all of this could have been prevented. Like, he could just rewrite all of it if he had been smarter or something. Oh, Caleb gets me in my feels every time. Sorry, I'm making myself cry. Oh, we reached the point in Caleb's story that makes me cry. Oh my god. Okay. So I want to check in with all of you. Oh, Lord. Don't mind me just casually crying on stream. It's fine. I do want to check in on everybody because we've been going now for about almost 4 hours. And we've got another chapter left in his arc. And you know me, I like to take my time and make sure we're given every scene and everything it's due. Do we want to keep going, or do we want to save the rest of Homecoming Wings for next week? What are we thinking? How are y'all feeling? You want to save it? You know what? Caleb deserves 2 streams. Okay, I'm seeing a bunch of let's save it. All right, Kara and Laquan think we should keep going. This is so funny. My Twitch is like, let's save it for next week, and all of YouTube is like, we can keep going. You know what? Let's keep going. Let's just have a mega. Let's just have a mega Caleb stream. Oh, that's true, Nikki. We do have to record the podcast tonight. And we got to edit and do stuff. Okay. Yeah. That makes my decision. Because we got to... And Shadow has redeemed a shameless plug. For Shadow. Well, all, if this is the first time you are joining me here on Twitch or YouTube, hi, my name is Mama Void, and I am one half of of a podcast called Love and Deepspace with my best friend Nikki T. We've been friends for several decades at this point, and we both fell in love with a little game called Love and Deepspace. Every week on Thursday, we release an hour-long podcast episode where we chat about everything and anything Love and Deepspace. Our reactions to events, our thoughts on memories, character analysis, and sometimes we devolve into complete tangents about 60% of the koala community having chlamydia, as well as the difference between a daddy and a dom. As a reminder, Caleb is a dom, Zayne is a daddy. We're a little unhinged. We're a little all over the place. We go on a lot of tangents because neurodiversity is fun. So if you like listening to 2 lovely ladies go off on a game with a whole lot of simping and a whole lot of industry analysis from a best friend who's actually a veteran of the gaming community and has been working with the gaming community for over a decade now. 2 decades? Nikki, I forget how long you've been part of the gaming community in terms of like officially, not just as a gaming fan. Check out Love and Deepspace. We're a lot of fun. We really shouldn't have mics. And yes, there is an episode where Nikki is high with a fever and I am not doing so well either, and that one is unhinged as well. 2 decades, she served her time. So yes, join us on Love and Deepspace if you just want somebody to hang out with as a body double while you do chores or whatever. We're fun. Nikki's got you for your battle. If you are a battle girly or boy, Nikki will walk you through those protocors. We'll break down how to best use your battle companions. She's got you there. If you're just interested in collarbones and jaw lines and really enjoying Sylus's latest promise card, where we turn him into a glass for wine. Oh, yes, children, yes. Then I've got you, boo. Yeah, join us here at Love and Deepspace. Like, subscribe, follow. I do Tuesday Voidside Chats, which is what this is right now, where we are currently working our way through the main story. I offer playthroughs as well as analysis on narrative structure, character, lore deep dives. I get a little emotionally invested and start crying on stream because I have a lot of feelings about these boys. We're a great time, no alcohol required. Over here. Nikki has a battle stream on Saturdays now, by the way. That's at 8 p.m. Pacific, 9, 10, 11 p.m. Eastern. And I also do some side gaming as well on Thursdays and Saturdays. Right now, I'm in the midst of 2 horror and mystery games. On Thursday, I'm playing Bendy and the Dark Revival, starting at 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern. And then Saturdays, we are currently playing Resident Evil Requiem. It's my first Resident Evil. I started it last week. It was a moment. I discovered things about myself, especially when I got a hold of a chainsaw. It's a lot of fun. I'm a bit of a scaredy cat, so this was probably a torturous decision for me, but that's probably why I named my Saturday stream Midnight Masochism, because it is a lesson in masochism, because I run screaming all the time. But yeah, we're a lot of fun. I sincerely appreciate all of you that showed up here for today's stream. As whether you were in the chat, making fan fiction AUs, or digging a grave for King, because Caleb takes him out every time, or whether you were just here for lurking. I enjoy all of you, chat or no chat. I'm just grateful that you're here. I'm grateful for your support, and I sincerely hope to see you on our streams. You are always welcome here in the Void. And as for Caleb, our beloved Colonel, we will call it here for today and pick up next week for the 2nd chapter, Night Unending. And we will complete this lovely, lovely car crash of a chapter and get in our feels even more than I already did. Yeah, and as always, if you have any questions or suggestions, feel free to leave them in the chats, especially if you've got any battle questions. Feel free to put those. I think Nikki has a couple of posts on the YouTube channel, the Love and Deepspace channel, that you can leave your battle questions on, that she will take care of you on Saturdays. Also, oh, I forgot. Nikki, honey, when's your new cozy stream? Your kitty cards and crane games stream that you're doing for everybody? I want to make sure everybody knows about that. Wednesdays, that's right. Wednesdays at 8 o'clock? Am I remembering that correctly, babe? Wednesdays, 8 p.m. Pacific, 11 p.m. Eastern. Nikki does a cozy stream with crane games and kitty cards and just chatting. If you're looking for a safe space to land on your Wednesday evenings to listen to while studying or doing chores or just taking a breath from the insanity that is the current state of the world, feel free to join Nikki tomorrow on her little cozy stream. Okay, I think I covered all of that. Did I do my admin? Did I do good, Mom? There's so much. We have a lot of streams. We've got a lot of streams. We've got a lot of content, a lot of opportunities to hang out, which is my favorite part. Is is my favorite part of this whole experience. Is being able to hang out with all of you. So, yes. All right then, everyone, then I will officially call it here. And I will see you all next time. Oh, and Ms., thank you so much for the comment on my story. I'm glad you liked the ending. Writing Caleb's POV was absolutely terrifying. And it took me like 2 months. Nikki was absolutely holding my hand. I was like, this isn't right. I'm not doing him justice. I'm a bit of a perfectionist. Oh, so yes, good night, everyone. Good evening, good morning, wherever you are. I did. I made it. I made it, Nikki, to the other side, and it's posted. I don't know what to do with myself now that protective custody is done. So yes. Thank you, everybody. Thank you so much. It's always good to see all of you. Thank you, Kara. Thank you, Laquan. Thank you, Frost and Ty and Ms. And thank you, Davina, for making sure that I was properly hydrated throughout the entire experience. Also, thanks to some of my lurkers. Kat, I know you're there. I always see you. Thank you for coming to my Twitch streams every week. And to Epic. And to Ditch. And to King. And Lamara! Hi, Lamara! Thanks so much for joining me on the stream. And Nore. And Crystallized. Chaos. And Charter. And to my latest follower, Fabella Fairy, thank you so much for the follow on Twitch. I sincerely appreciate it. Thank all of you. See you in the void.
At the Port of Seattle, progress adds up, like powering every cruise berth with clean energy and investing in green buildings.